ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming, and we've got a little something special in store for you tonight. We're taking a quick break from Shadowrun, as Adam is out and unable to run us through an adventure tonight. So I am back behind the wheel, and we are going to be doing another one-shot of Zombicide Chronicles, the role-playing game based on the ever-popular and awesome Zombicide board game. We've done this a few times on the channel and over on Scar's channel as well, so I've gathered a group, and we're going to dive in and have some fun. So by the time you listen to this, Shadowrun will probably be over. We'll probably have this in between Shadowrun and Alien, rather than breaking up Shadowrun for no reason. So anyway, we want to keep the recordings going and keep everything moving along here. So that's what we're up to tonight. As always, be sure you stop by the Facebook page, where you can get up to date on all the latest news on the show. Stop by Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, YouTube. Give us those likes, those follows, and those subscribes. Help us grow the channel and keep things moving. And of course, as always, if you are so inclined, and if you really like the show and you want to help support us more, consider tossing a few coins in the Dragon's Hoard over on our Patreon, where you can get early access to all of our weekly episodes a week early. We've got a Patreon-only actual play series of Warhammer we're going through right now. We actually recorded an episode last night, so Sean and Matt were around for that as well. A lot of good role play last night. Finally met the legendary Gunner Two Hands. I hope it was everything you thought it would be. What else did we do? We get artwork from Kyle every month, and yeah, all sorts of good stuff. So check that out. And as always, thank you to all of our patrons out there. Anywho, let's do our usual. We'll go around the table, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you'd like to tell the listeners tonight. As always, by my side, Mr. Reliable. He's always here. He's always on time, and he plays Grey Knights. Sean.
Yeah, that's me, Sean, the Grey Knight player. Also, Tomb Kings when Old World comes out, and it's already out. So that's great.
Oh, speaking of Old World, there were actually 4 guys playing Old World today at the shop when I went in.
Nice.
And I recognize them as guys that are usually hanging out there, so that was cool. I was like, oh my god, Warhammer's back, and it's beautiful. It was so awesome.
All the nostalgia. Oh,
there was a dwarf king in a challenge against a high elf noble, and the high elf was actually holding his own. He put 2 wounds on the king before the king killed him. It was pretty epic.
Damn, so cool. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm ready for some Zombicide. It's been a few years since we played this. Last time was at one of the Gen Cons we did virtually. So,
fuck, that was 3-4 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it was a while.
Whenever this game came out, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm playing Amato, a food delivery boy who has a habit of freestyle BMX and is young and lanky. Yeah, okay. Those are all of his descriptors. And he only has 3 HP, so we'll see what happens.
I think just about everybody has 3 HP. It's kind of like the board game in that respects. So
gotcha. All right, nice.
Yeah, and then runners.
Oh, yo, boy, they're gonna get right up on us. So, well, I'm hoping tonight goes well, and then if it doesn't, I can at least get some fun in tomorrow when we play board games.
Yeah, just blame Scar. Or not Scar, that other guy. Adam. Blame that
Adam.
guy.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
We could blame Scar too, whatever.
I mean, true, he's not here. And he said he might have been, but then he didn't. So, you know.
Oh, well.
Gotta talk shit about him when he's not here. You know how that is. All right, well, par for the course. We also have another member of our Shadowrun game here tonight, joining us from Canada, assuming his internet wants to hold stable. Aaron, welcome back.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, that's me, Aaron. I'm back. Today I'm playing Aaron, with an E, the bus driver. And who knows, maybe she's from Canada too. But I'm playing Aaron the bus driver. This is my first time playing Zombicide. I haven't played the board game since I went on a really bad date. Well, before I met my wife, so more than 10 years ago. Or probably about 10 years ago.
Couldn't be that bad if you're playing Zombicide.
It was rough, but the Zombicide wasn't why it was rough. So there you go.
Oh,
That's safe for
okay.
that. Other than that, this week, I watched The Heron and the Boy last night. Actually, I went to the movies for the first time in a while, and
what's that like?
It was pretty good. Like, it's a Studio Ghibli movie, and I was really excited about it. It was a delightful film. Yeah, I can't really say much without spoiling it, but if you're into Studio Ghibli stuff, it's worth checking out.
It is absolutely in my want to watch list.
Yeah, no, like
yeah,
no, it is a good movie. Like, and I'm glad I spent whatever it costs to go see a movie.
Yeah, what's a movie cost in Canada? Just a ticket. Typically.
Well, because I go with my wife, so it's never just a ticket. I think we spent about $55 last night. But
what else did you guys get?
I mean, we had to get two giant things of popcorn and 2 sodas and a bunch of candy, and then I bought a chicken sandwich and a coffee. That was the other thing I got.
That seems like you guys got a good amount of shit. Like $50 here would probably get you like 2 tickets and the popcorn. I mean,
no,
maybe a drink.
No, Cineplex is awesome. I don't know if you guys have that there. But...
Okay, cool. Well, I finally watched 30 Days a Night, as Adam had encouraged, because it was on my list. Fucking awesome. Really wish I had watched it when it came out, 2 decades ago. But fucking great vampire movie. And I've continuing to get through the rest of my stuff on my Netflix list. I am on the last episode of season 3 of Stranger Things, because my wife bailed on that after 2 seasons for no reason. Even though we enjoyed both seasons, she was just like, "Nah." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Okay, I guess I won't watch that anymore." So, yeah, we're just about done with that too. So that's pretty awesome. Very excited. And yeah. Also joining us over from our Patreon game, he's been here. He's one of the OG Gallows Geist crew himself, Mort, the one-legged, one-eared high elf turned warrior priest. Runefang to the chest and live to tell the tale, Matt.
Hey, thank you for the intro. Glad to be back. Thank you. I'm looking forward to another round of exciting murderous and mayhem, because that's what we excel at. I'm going to be playing as Glenn. He's basically a balding middle-aged man who is stuck to a wheelchair and has modified his wheelchair to have all sorts of cool tools and gizmos on it, and has likes to shoot miniguns and Uzis and stuff like that. So, his traits are that he is bald, charming, and do it yourself. And apparently his occupation is being on disability allowance. So, he's a real up-and-comer.
Well, it says he was previously a foreman, so maybe he had an accident at the factory that paralyzed him.
And he has regretted his life ever since.
I mean, he's got a sweet roll cage on his wheelchair there, so the zombies can't get up behind him.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy who wants this to happen. He wanted the outbreak to come because nothing else is going on for him. So he was a prepper, and this time it's finally come to shine.
It makes me wonder if Fear the Walking Dead ripped off of Glenn, or if Glenn ripped off of Fear the Walking Dead. I think Fear the Walking Dead came first, but I can't remember when that character showed up. So,
is Glenn in the show similar to this Glenn here?
I don't know what the character's name is. He's in Fear the Walking Dead, and he's a truck driver, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's got he didn't have a roll cage, but he had like these things on the back, these like devices. So if a zombie snuck up on him, it like shot out like spikes, and it like kept him at bay so they couldn't reach him.
Damn.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember what his name was. But he's like the adoptive brother of Mo Collins, who used to be on Mad TV back in the day. She's actually a character in Fear the Walking Dead as well. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Fear came first. This game hasn't been out that long. But anyway, Well, we are glad to have you back, and yeah, as Matt said, if you got a group of players who like to murder hobo, Zombicide Chronicles is the way to go, because this is high octane kill hordes of zombie action. This is not Walking Dead, season 1. A couple walkers is a terrifying prospect. This is like Walking Dead season 8, where everyone's a paramilitary badass at this point and have killed hundreds of zombies. So. Get ready. Also, all these characters are available in the tabletop game with miniatures, something they released. So if you ever want to have Glenn zooming around on his wheelchair, you can actually do that.
Hell yeah.
And last and certainly not least, it has been a long-ass time since we have heard from our final player, all the way from back in Gallows Geist, part of the OG crew. He was back for the reunion party we did for Gallows Geist, but other than that, an ocean between us and him usually separates us from gaming. But all the way from Ireland, Will has returned. What is up?
Yep, all Scree's back in the building. Yeah, I noticed when you listed Mort's accolades, you never mentioned how he was so great at jumping in front of ensnaring nets as they were cast midair.
He does have a history of those nests thanks to a certain somebody.
We still tell stories of that and your hatred of the fucking quartermaster guy Riker because he sold you that net.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You see it being used so expertly by goblins and caves, you're like, it can't be that hard. And then you try and use it twice. No, but,
During the boss fight, no less. The first boss fight, that was pretty good.
But right off the top, I'd say, Chris, if you like 30 Days at Night, the new season of True Detective takes place in Alaska during their 30 Days at Night.
Oh, is that the one with Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
That show looks legit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was probably my favorite part of the movie was the setting. Like the whole 30 Days a Night was a fucking brilliant idea. I'm like, this is fucking cool. Yeah.
I've only
Anything
seen
out
the
in the
first
wilderness
episode,
like that.
but
Okay.
it's
What
True
channel?
Detective, so
What's
it's a slow burn.
I don't know. Does anybody know what channel it is on here? Or is it on a stream
HBO.
service?
The HBO Max usually. Yeah.
Oh, well, luckily I've got a coworker who lets me use his HBO Max, so maybe we'll go check that out.
But I am playing Yuka, a secretary who has a habit for kendo, and she's sharp-eyed yet unassuming, and she's a bit weird yet also tough. And Yuka's rocking a nice pair of katanas, and just going to do her best to put her hobby to good use, slicing and dicing.
Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, so this scenario is one of the pre-gens that come in the one of the pre-gen module books for this game. There's not a lot of stuff out there for Zombicide, so it was mostly just in their Kickstarter. But anyway, this scenario is called Food Fight. So you guys are a group of newly formed survivors. The zombie apocalypse has only been going on for probably a couple weeks at most. All of a sudden, the dead began to rise, and no one knows how or why or what is causing it. You guys are in one city of hundreds across the U.S. Typical metropolis, and the group of you, along with a few others, have banded together. You're currently hanging out, trying to survive, and your supplies are dwindling, running low. Ammunition is running low. You don't have a lot of weapons or gear. Some of you just have, various tools and bits and bobs that you guys have managed to get your hands on. But right now, the most pressing thing is your food supply. Your food and water are at a dangerously low level, and so you've decided to go out and try to do something about that. So the four of you, most capable in your group, there's a few others, some who are not necessarily old enough to help or are too old to be of much use in a fight. the four of you have either volunteered or everyone kind of looks to you guys as the leadership of your group. You've decided to band together and try to find some food and some supplies. And one place you guys know of that the last survivor who joined your group has explained is there's an old Afghan war veteran who has a small shop in the Old Town section of the city. It's kind of like a grocery store type place, and this survivor who's joined your group explains that store still seems intact. He thinks that it hasn't been raided, it hasn't been looted, and you guys know that area of town, that section of the city, is not terribly overcrowded with undead, and so it's not a bad place to check out. The issue is, unfortunately, though, from here to there is not exactly a short trek, and much of the western parts of the city have become heavily infested with undead. So the red numbers you see on the map indicate the infestation level, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. And you guys are currently in Sector 6, the slums. This is where your group has managed to hold out, and you currently are in an old abandoned apartment building, and you've been able to kind of turn the roof into your little sanctuary where you guys are hanging out. You have a couple tents and other makeshift shelters set up here. You've got tarps and a couple pots and pans set up for rain in case it rains to gather water. But it's the middle of summer. It's hot, it's dry, not a lot of rain. And luckily you don't have to worry about freezing to death. But the moans and groans of zombies drone on over the wind all around you, and you occasionally hear gunfire or the shouts and screams of survivors in the distance who probably are about to meet their maker, and occasionally you even hear a terrifying roar of some sort of creatures in the distance. And always on the streets you can see hordes of zombies shuffling and shambling here and there. So, that is where we're going to begin. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to divvy up some gear. Basically what you guys have to start with. So, let me grab your gear list here, and I'll tell you guys what you have to work with, and then there's also a chance that you guys have some other stuff as well. Any questions before we dive in here?
My only question is, we all know the city, like this is maybe like a map that one of us drew.
This is probably a map. I would say, Aaron, this is probably a map that you got that's like from one of the bus stops. So it shows like the sectors, and then it's probably got a little more detail, like showing the bus routes. But you're all from this city, so you know it to varying degrees. Where you're from, that's up to you guys, which part of the city. But this is where you've all have ended up gathering and meeting and holding out and banding together. Okay. All right, so you guys gather up on the rooftop. You've got this map out in front of you as you're planning a route to get to Old Town, to get to Jim's place. And which is the name of it. It's just called Jim's Place. And you are basically laying out what little gear you guys have and what weapons. And between the group of you, sitting on or around this table, we have a baseball bat, a crowbar, a fire axe, and a pistol. There's enough for one of you to each have one weapon, but also, and this is straight out of the rulebook, listeners, when you have a first group starting, you each get to make a roll to determine other gear that you might have. Whoops. So if each of you are going to make basically going to roll on the search table as if you were searching for gear. This is to randomly determine some extra goodies you may have. Now, it might be nothing, or it might be a piece of garbage that's broken, but there might be something else you have here. So what I need is for everybody to please roll me a d6 to determine the category of item they have. And then you roll another d6 to see what it is.
Right off the bat, I got a 1.
Okay, a 1 is going to be a weapon. So, Aaron, please roll me a d66.
Oh, a D66. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just going to type that one in. Give me a sec. 1D31.
You have an extra crowbar.
All right.
Nice.
All right, what everybody else roll?
I rolled
Amato.
a 2 and then a 24.
I'm sorry? Say that
Sorry,
again?
I rolled a 2 and then a 24.
Okay, unless you roll a weapon, I only need another d6 roll. So a 2 is going to be a health item.
So then just be another 2.
You have a first aid kit.
I'm going to reroll that because I have Destiny.
Because you have what?
Destiny? I can reroll when I am trying to search for something.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Do you want to reroll the category or just what you got in the health items?
I do the whole thing.
Okay, a 6 is going to be a general item. What the hell is that? Let's see. Okay, so I believe a general item is just that. It's not something that's listed. Oh no, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong table. Roll again. Roll another d6 then for what you got.
4?
4. You have a set of lockpicks.
Alright, I'll take them.
Now, I don't believe any of these items in the game necessarily have rules, so it's more, kind of like you have lockpicks. Obviously, if you try to pick a lock, you'll have bonuses to that. Yeah, I think that's how that stuff works. But yes, you have a set of lockpicks, so that might be helpful. All right, who else?
I rolled a 4. Go ahead.
4, you have an outdoor item, and then would you roll after that?
And my second is going to be a 3.
You have a multi-function compass.
Oh, that's actually rad.
Okay.
Nice.
Might be helpful if you get lost. Okay. And then Sean?
I rolled a 2 and then a 3.
Okay, so that's health. You have a bottle of painkillers.
Nice. Okay.
So you have 5 weapons to split between you guys, and then you have those pieces of gear as well. And if we were actually playing this in person, we would have cards just like the miniatures game that go on your character sheet. And as you can see, you've got 6 slots, 2 for items in your hands, 2 for items in your pockets, or holsters as they call it, and then 2 for items in your backpack. Basically, items in your backpack, you have to spend, I think it's a full action to get them out. If they're in a holster, you can easily swap them, and if they're in your hand, they're ready to go. So you just need to decide who's taking which weapons and which of those items, and we'll go from there.
Well, Len's gonna turn on his motorized scooter, go, reach down, grab the handgun, like, I'm no good with any of those melee weapons. Gonna grab this and go back on his little motorized scooter.
All right, so the stats for all the weapons are on those weapon tables, so just, write those down or whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Erin will take the crowbar that she came with, and she's like, it'll have to do.
All right.
I'll grab the fire axe because I think Yuka's a pretty melee intensive character.
Okay.
I guess I'll take the other
A
crowbar.
baseball bat and a crowbar still
I'll
left.
take the crowbar.
Okay. Does anybody take the bat?
Erin will take the bat as well. That's maybe what she'll start with, because I think it has a slightly better dice pool.
Yeah, the difference is the bat has more dice and it's more accurate, but it can't break down doors. whereas the crowbar can break down doors.
Yep.
So,
So here, we'll have a bat.
all right.
Does did anyone have a tinker score of like 5 or 6?
I do.
Would you like my thief tools?
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, I'll toss them over.
Right.
Lockpicks.
My hands are so calloused from training day in and day out.
You say what skill?
Tinker.
Tinkering? I
Oh.
imagine that's what you use the thief tools with, right?
It would actually be security.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah,
yeah,
tinkering
it
is like if you're trying to like build stuff, like crafting.
Oh.
Security is more like either trying to pick a lock or like hack a computer system.
Okay, I only have 4 dice in that, so then I throw them on the ground and I spit on
Hey, damn.
them.
Bus drivers don't like lockpicks, I guess. Okay. Cool. I've got 4 dice with that as well, so.
You got me beat. I got 3.
Alright. I'll pick them back up because I have also 4 dice. It is a total power play. I'm not even gonna wipe the spit off. I'm just gonna put them right back in my pocket.
Damn, she's so tough.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, guys, if I didn't point out, there is another journal entry in the folder that has all the skills. So if you need to see what your skills do, everyone is currently at 0 adrenaline. So you all have your blue skill unlocked. And once you hit 7 adrenaline, you'll unlock your yellow skill. So just keep those in mind. They are quite helpful. Okay. So you guys have divvied up the gear. The next thing you need to do is to pick out your route. Basically, you need to pick which sectors of the map you're going to move through in order to get to Old Town. And again, the red numbers are basically the threat level of each sector. And the more threat level you have to move through, the greater chance you have of encountering something. So it's up to you guys which way you want to go. And I rolled all this randomly too, so because they say when you start the game, you and your players decide what the threat level is everywhere. So I rolled everything randomly, and then I rolled to see where your place was. The only thing that's not random is in this scenario, Jim's place is in fact in Old Town.
And where are we starting?
You're in the slums.
Nice.
It's we got to go through at least one 5 danger place.
And no matter what path we're taking, we're going through the heart of the zombies.
Yeah.
So,
I
that
mean, if we
being
go,
considered,
if we cut straight through, I know that this will it won't actually work like this, but in theory, the best actually would be to cut through the heart of the city and then the industrial park and
Yeah.
like cut straight through.
Alternatively, we could go through suburbia, down to the heart of the city, over to downtown, and then up to Old Town if we weren't cowards. You know, hit all the 5s.
If we wanted to hit
Farms
every 5, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most dangerous, if we wanted to hit every single 5 district,
That would be the way to do it. Yeah.
we're grinding out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could also do suburbia and then the industrial park and then Old Town. But it's
Good.
whether we want to do suburbia or heart of the city, because I don't think challenge-wise it makes a difference.
Chris, other than the challenge you're getting from the different zones, do the different areas actually have any difference between them? It's like, is suburbia different than heart of the city in some way, other than they're both being difficulty 5?
If we were playing a full campaign and you guys were actually taking time to explore these areas in depth, then yes. Because this stuff is all laid out in the rule book for the GM to give you like basically the backstory of this game world, this universe, quote unquote. In this case, the only thing that it's really going to change is the scenery that you guys are walking through, and potentially some different encounters that you might have. But they'll still be of the same threat level, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, let's just go straight shot heart of the city and then up through industrial park, like Aaron said.
Power my scooter only lasts for so long. I say the most direct route's the best route.
Got a lot of sick grinds I can do in the city. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, and Aaron will say, my old boss is to take me through the heart of the city. I know it well.
Damn, looks like we're all so super excited for this.
And we have ourselves a destination.
Okay, so heart of the city, industrial park, and then Old Town?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, you bid farewell to the other members of your group as you've made the plan. You let them know what's going on, and you make your way downstairs past the barricades you've set up, and you get down to the ground floor of this apartment building. You guys have a back entrance you guys have set up that leads out into an alley where usually there's not too many walkers shambling about, and you begin your long trek across town. So what we need to do here is they kind of just more theater of the mind this rather than having endless stuff that happens. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to be crossing the city here. So there is a little roll we have to do here to see what is going to happen. So we need to determine the total threat level of the traverse districts, and we add up their threat levels together. And actually, I realize I numbered these incorrectly because the table is 0 to 4, not 1 to 5. So everything is actually one less than what you see here. But that won't really change a whole lot. So you have to go through the slums, the heart of the city, industrial park, and then Old Town. So that's going to be 3, 4, 2, and 1. That's going to be a total threat of 10.
Nice.
So, not necessarily easy, but it could be worse. Okay, so we have a total threat level of 10. Now, you guys must nominate one of your group to make a scout roll, and for each success that you score, you will reduce the total threat level of this journey by 1 to a minimum of 1. And the higher that number is, the more encounters and events that may take place.
You say scout skill or spot skill?
Scout.
So,
Oh, there's scout.
right, yeah. Great.
Aaron's pretty good at it.
I only got 4 dice.
I got
My
6.
eyes a little bit too old.
Yuka's got her nose in the books.
I never look
Alright.
before I leap.
All right, Aaron's gonna roll for scout.
All right. So, listeners, basically the way this works is it's a D6 dice pool system. You add up your 2 attributes or aptitudes, whatever the hell they're called. That'll give you a certain number of dice to roll, and you're looking to roll at least 1 6, just like an Alien. Occasionally, you might need to get more than 1 6, but that's pretty rare. And if you roll more 1s than 6s, you basically have a critical failure called trouble. Bad shit happens. And for every success you get a point of adrenaline to fill your survivor's adrenaline meter and eventually get cool skills unlocked. And you are able to push any rolls of a 4 or a 5 by spending a point of stress to get extra successes, which of course gives you more adrenaline, but at the cost of your meta currency. And obviously in this roll, we know the more successes you have, the better, so it'll make things a little bit easier. And if you're rolling more than 6 dice, the extra dice you roll up to a maximum of 12 are called mastery dice. You get to re-roll any 1s on your mastery dice. Looks like Aaron's rolling 6 here, so she doesn't have any mastery dice. We've got 1 success, Aaron.
And I'm gonna
2
push.
there you can push if you'd like. Are you gonna push
Yeah.
both of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna push both of them. So that's 2 stress cost.
Correct.
I was going to ask, we got a compass at one point. Would that have helped us in this navigation of the cities?
Yeah, so let's back up a second. It's not a reroll, Aaron. It just automatically makes them a success.
Oh, okay, perfect. So
You would have 3 successes. Then yes, I would say the compass, that is the perfect thing here. I will give you an extra die to roll. So that'll bump you into a mastery die. So if you want to roll 1 more d6 here, and if it's a 1, you can re-roll it.
I'll happily hand Aaron the multi-purpose compass because it doesn't do me a whole lot of good.
All right. Do you want to push this one as well?
yeah, I will.
Okay.
I mean, she's got a pretty high stress pool.
Okay.
Still capped out at 3 successes.
Oh, remember, you don't re-roll. It's just an automatic success when you push.
Oh, right. Okay, so then we're at 4 successes total.
Okay, so that's going to drop your threat level of 10 down to a 6. Not bad, almost cut it in half. You got yourself 4 adrenaline points as well, so keep track of that. I think, it's 7 to get to level 2?
Yeah.
I believe that's what you said, yeah.
It's on the it's 7 on the character sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have to make a number of rolls equal to the threat level that's left on your journey. So you're going to make 6 rolls instead of 10 on your journey here. So each of these rolls is made separately, one at a time, and you guys then get to choose who you're going to have try to handle whatever situation comes up here. So I guess just roll 66. We'll go through them one at a time.
You
Sean,
could
you should
still.
roll it. I want it to be your fault.
What's up?
I said you should roll it because then it can be your fault.
Me?
Yeah.
Someone else. Okay. 66. I will take this. All right. So starting from the left, a 2.
A 2. Okay, so we have a delay. So these are very basic, just generic kind of descriptive events that the GM and the players are kind of encouraged to describe what's happening and how they try to overcome this. So we have a type, which is it's a delay. That's the type of encounter or event where we have here. And this is going to be a perception roll to try to overcome this challenge. And what happens here is you guys will nominate one of your group to make this roll. You only need to get 1 success on this. If you had a bigger group, it's more difficult, but you only need 1 success. However, if the person fails this test, then you gain a point of stress. So Sean, tell us what has caused a delay. We'll assume you guys are probably maybe just getting out of the slums, about to get into the heart of the city. You guys are maybe, a quarter of the way through your journey across town.
Yeah, maybe there's like a bunch of feral wild dogs out and about chasing down some other survivors, and we have to try to avoid them or something.
Okay. All right. Give me a anybody, you can pick whoever's going to do the roll here to make the perception test.
So it's just the base perception, no muscle, brain, or grit.
It's a skill, right? Perception's a skill.
Spot's a skill.
Perception's the action.
Oh, let me see what it says here. Hold on.
There's spot, evaluate, and scout are the 3 different perception-based skills.
To resolve each incident, one survivor, player's choice, must roll using an action of their choice corresponding to the proficiency indicated in the entry.
Ah.
Oh, so you pick
It's
one
just
of the
the
3?
action. Well, no. If it's an action, I think it would just be the ones on the left side are the actions.
Oh, let me get a character sheet.
So
Yeah,
it's
so-
a grid. So perception is spot, evaluate, or scout.
Oh, yeah. So you can make one of those.
Oh.
And I'll say that Aaron has a 6 for evaluate and scout.
Damn. Very cool.
Let me
Go
just
for it.
double check
Yeah.
this really quick.
I have a 6 in evaluate, but not scout or spot.
I also have a 6 to evaluate.
God, we picked the best characters, guys.
Apparently.
We
One
know
of
how
you
to.
guys should roll that just to get some adrenaline going.
Oh,
You could
that's
just
a
sit
good
in a
point.
corner,
Hold on,
sharpening
hold
her
on.
axe.
Hold on before you guys do that. I want to check what the fucking stats are called in this game to make sure we're doing this right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to roll 6 dice and hopefully get at least 1 6. Or burn stress.
I can't think of anything in this game where you only roll one of those
base.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, so the attributes are your muscle, brain, and grit, and proficiencies are the ones on the left, the other 6.
Okay.
And then actions are the ones in the actual grid, the quote-unquote skills.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So a perception roll is just perception plus brains, or
Perception
Or-
would just be whatever's on the left for your
Oh, okay.
perception.
But did it say
okay.
roll an action using the perception?
That's what I'm gonna double check here.
It sounds like we choose which one of the skills you want to use to overcome this challenge.
That would be my guess.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, use an action of their choice from the corresponding proficiency.
Okay.
So it's perception, and you can pick which of those 3 you'd like to use.
Yeah. Is it okay if I roll this, guys?
I'm down.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I think what we'll do is whoever rolls the initial d6 will have to make the test, but you do get a choice of one of those 3 actions. So we'll do it that way.
Okay. Yeah, so I am choosing evaluate to evaluate the best way to escape this horrible delay.
All right.
2 successes.
Okay, that's 2 points of adrenaline. So you decide the best course of action is to wait and let these other survivors get chased down. And, they end up running down another street. The feral dogs, perhaps dogs with a Z, chase them around the corner. And you eventually hear screaming for help as they are obviously being torn apart. But it gives you a chance to move on without any problems.
Oh God, why does it take them so long to kill us?
Okay, we'll have somebody else roll the next one. We'll go through the group, and then you guys can pick who make the last 2 rolls.
I'll go. So just straight D6.
Yes.
All right. 2 of those, just one of these. Go. Roll. No. 1. Roll. A 1.
Oh, it's a fight.
Nice.
Some sort of combat you guys get involved in. What is it, Matt? Tell us.
So are we still in the slums or the heart of the city?
At this point, you're definitely in the heart of the city. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I actually had artwork to show you guys to share. The different places you're going through. So these are the slums. This is the apartment building that you guys are in on the left with these fire escapes. And most of the buildings here are run down and cruddy and not great. But then you make it to the heart of the city, which is like being in like downtown, Chicago. It is buildings on top of buildings. And you can see that with the outbreak having just started a couple weeks ago, there are still fires burning in some places. Smoke hangs over the city. And most of the power is probably out, but you can just hear the drones of undead over the skyline.
Hey, I think the fight we get into as we're entering the heart of the city, using Aaron's expertise of being a bus driver throughout the city, we decided to try to get ourselves a vehicle so we can actually find another bus out there. And as we approach the bus, enter the bus, it turns out it was actually a trap by another group of scavengers who have basically ambushed us as we enter the bus.
Oh, we got like
Nice.
some Last of Us
Last of
hunters
Us, yeah.
showing up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I recognize that noise. All right. So give me one of your fight actions, Matt.
My
Glenn?
best fight action is shooting.
All right. If you fail this, you will take a point of damage in the scuffle, but if you pass, then you've led your group to victory. Ooh,
I
you
have a 6, but 2 1s.
Okay, so you have
Well,
trouble here,
You have
which
two
means
5s though. Can he push that up?
You can push them, yes, if you'd like.
So
Well,
if
you have to,
I...
now remember, you have to look at the accuracy of the weapon because this is a weapon you're using.
Oh, I'm actually shooting currently. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
well, because you did shoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you do an action with a weapon, you have to. The accuracy determines what dice roll you can actually push.
I'm hitting on a 3+, so that's 4 successes.
No, the accuracy is the numbers that you're allowed to push. You still need 6s to pass. So you can in this case you could push the 3 as well. Normally you can only push a 4+.
Okay, and as long as if I have the same number of 6s as 1s, it's fine. It's only if there's more 1s than 6s that's the problem.
Correct.
So let me just push 1 dice. I'll have 2 successes and 2 critical failures. So it'll be 2 and 2.
Okay. All right. Well, you got 2 points of adrenaline then,
Okay.
And yeah, how does Glenn get the group out of this ambush?
So basically, like we're getting onto the bus, and like Glenn kind of like notices out of the corner of his eye, like these scavengers coming up. He's like, "Get back!" He takes out the pistol. He kind of gets between the seats of the bus and kind of like lines up a couple of shots, squeezes the trigger oh so gently, and pow pow pow. You hear 3 shots go off, and then suddenly the people who are approaching, most of them either hit the ground or skedaddle away.
Damn. All right.
It's a good shot.
I won't be seeing any more of them. Let's get moving.
All right. You guys load up into this bus. Perhaps try to hotwire it or see if there's any keys left. Let's see what the next encounter is here.
Will or Aaron, it's up to you.
I'll go ahead and take a roll.
Yeah.
Wah,
Oh, there it goes.
4.
Or what do we have? Where'd my chart go? The type is an encounter, and you're going to use your attitude proficiency here. What are those skills? Appeal, convince, or hearten. So this is probably some sort of discussion, a social encounter, it sounds like. What kind of encounter do you guys come across here, Will?
So after some messing about with the boss, we get a kind of rolling. Did we want to get the bus? We did want to get the bus rolling, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So we get the bus rolling, and we turn down what should have been an open avenue, and a roadblock closes behind us, and the bus is just stopped. There's like a high wall. There's like those military gates.
Yep.
That show up in these situations, and we get like spotlighted, and there's a group of people asking us like if we were the ones trying to ambush people, and like I'm getting out there and I'm trying to appeal to them and be like, no, look, we're just trying to make it to Old Town to check in on my grandmother, and we haven't picked a fight with anybody. We've helped people more than anything.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll my appeal to their hearts. I look like a kid,
To grandmother's house we go. Oh, not a single one. You got a couple 4s though, if you want to.
I'll go
Push
ahead
it.
and push one of them.
Okay, no 1s, so that's good. Okay, so these guys are, they've got the spotlight on you, and as Yuka is trying to discuss this with them, you see a couple of them. They've got their guns trained on you guys, and it's really tense for a few seconds, as obviously the leader is contemplating what she's saying. But after a few tense moments, she waves her hand and she says, "Let him through." And you see they turn the spotlight off. They open the gate for you guys, and they let you guys roll past. Aaron.
Lead the speak.
I'm rolling.
Oh no, Aaron.
I got a 3.
Oh, this is perfect. An accident.
Oh no.
And this will be athletics that you will use.
Oh,
So I'm assuming it has to involve the bus.
yeah. So my best bet is to roll a sneak here. So, what happened?
Stealth bus.
Yeah, let's just say like, one of the, like, a larger creature, like a fat boy or like something that we absolutely don't want to mess with shows up, and I like try to turn off the bus and guide it down an alley quietly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll. What do I got here? I got 4, 5 d6 on.
Not bad, not bad. Easy.
Okay.
Oh, trouble.
Yeah, so I'm gonna push. What I got 1 5 on that and 1 success. So if I push once, I won't have a critical fail.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
I'm gonna do that. So down to 6 stress.
Okay.
But I just got 2 more successes. I'm only 1 away from hitting my yellow adrenaline.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, that is good. So you guys avoid big nasty zombie that may have made you crash to try to run it over, and Yeah, Aaron seems very good at her job. She get this bus in places that it probably really isn't meant to fit. But yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So we have 2 left. I will roll for these, and I'm going to randomly pick randomly roll to see who it's going to be. So we have a 5, a risk. Okay. And let's roll a d4 between the 4 of you. I'll go top to bottom on my GM screen here in the in Foundry. Okay, Glenn. All right, so here's what happens. You guys are driving. At this point, you guys were going through Industrial Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, you've made it to Industrial Park. It's getting later in the day. This is not easy going. It's definitely not fast. You know, there's a lot of backtracking you have to do. Roads are blocked off. Wrecks are blocking the way. Barricades. Heaps of scrap and things like that others that have probably set up. So it's not exactly easy. But anyway, so you guys get to an area. There's a big factory up ahead, and it's on the banks of a river that goes through the city. And it looks like one of the smokestack towers from this factory has collapsed right across the bridge that you guys were going to try to use to cross. And it looks like you might be able to rig something up where you could still get over this, because the way the smokestack has landed is it's about level with the bridge. So it's like you're going to be driving on bridge, smokestack, bridge to get across. But it's obviously a risk. This is survival, by the way.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my tinkering skill and see if I can use some of the nearby scrap or some of the nearby debris and kind of make it more make like a ramp that kind of goes over the collapsed smokestack to kind of allow us to drive the bus more smoothly across the bridge and up and over the smokestack. So I'll try to use my tinkering skill, kind of get everyone together, like, hey, let's get the supplies, this goes here, that goes there. My wheelchair's got all sorts of tools on us, like I'll pass out hammers, tools, and wrenches as needed to kind of build ourselves a little bridge, or kind of build ourselves a little ramp to get over it.
Okay.
Glenn building ramps everywhere he goes.
Very cool.
Exactly. And I get 7 dice for this. This is actually quite good at this.
Amato just does some 6 stunts over the bridge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a
Got a
nice
mastery
driving
dice.
start.
I have one mastery dice. So I have 2 successes and no failures.
Damn, you're so cool.
Do you want to push anything, or are you good with that?
And the only reason to do that would be to like squeeze out more experience, right?
Yes.
And what's the downside of stress?
It's limited. There's
So
no
really-
downside if you hit 0.
But if you go up to 10, something bad happens, I assume?
No, it goes
No, you're-
down.
you're
It's the number you
subtracting.
start with. Yeah.
Oh, you start at 10, you go down.
Yeah, every character's different, so you probably have the most with 10. That sounds pretty
Yeah.
high.
Aaron
And is
also
there-
has 10.
Oh, I only have 8. Is there a way
Yeah,
to gain
and
stress?
There is a way to recover. So your starting stress is determined during character creation. I don't know what the formula is, but just like your hit points, there's a formula for it.
Mhm.
But yes, if we go to the game rules and recovery,
You can catch a break.
so you can do catch a break, which is once per day you can spend X adrenaline to reduce your stress. However, you cannot lower your adrenaline to the point where you would leave one color zone and go to the next below it. So if you were at 8, which means you're in yellow, you couldn't lose more than 1 adrenaline, because if you lost 2, you'd be back down to the blue zone. So basically you can give up experience points to get stress back. The other thing you can do is
It says reduce stress, so okay.
And what is the downside to running out of stress?
other than not having it, I don't believe there's any mechanical downside as far as I can tell.
Just
If
keep
you
pushing,
use
I
it all
guess.
now, you won't have it for a life or death situation later.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I could be
let's-
wrong on that, listeners, but I can't find anything in the rulebook that states otherwise. So
I have a fair amount of stress, so I'll push my 5 and my 4 up to a 6 for 4 successes. I'll spend 2 stress to do that.
okay,
4 successes, that means I'll get 4 adrenaline.
you got it.
Cool.
And when you have 3, if you have 2 successes on something, you've done a really good job. If you've done 3 or more successes, you've pretty much done things perfectly. So you do, in fact, make, with the tools and equipment you have, what's basically the next best thing to just having a brand new bridge. And you're able to get over the smokestack rather than using the smokestack itself, which is far safer. And you guys are able to cross this bridge with relatively no problems and no difficulty. So, also you can rest once per day for 6 hours. So your once a day rest. You regain stress equal to your brain's value, and you regain HP equal to your muscle value. That's like your daily rest. Okay.
Cool.
Final one here. I'm just going to say it's going to be a 6 because that's the only one we haven't rolled yet. It is an opportunity, and this is going to be a background roll. And I'll do again a random roll here to see who it is. All right, Aaron.
Okay.
An opportunity. Okay, well, at this point, you guys have made it into Old Town. This is probably from when this city was first founded, and this is probably where some of the first earliest neighborhoods were, and then obviously over time they were built up. So even though much of this is still a modern city, there's a good amount of buildings here that are probably a lot older, maybe like an original fire department or post office, or a business that's been here for 100+ years. Obviously it's been modernized, or something that's been in the family. There's probably a pizza joint that's been in here, from a Italian immigrant family for 100 and something years. So things like that. And an opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got anything in mind? I'll come up with something if you don't.
So like, yeah, actually, so I'm gonna roll education because I got 7 dice in education.
Okay.
And we can say that Aaron, like just being a citizen of the city, maybe coming through here a lot, knows that the museum has like a generator out back that like is fairly well hidden.
Okay.
And so she's gonna try and like siphon some gas out so that they can keep using the bus.
Love it.
And I got
triple ones. That's a
triple
lot of
ones.
trouble.
and I cannot push. Well, actually,
This is the 1d6 you get to reroll, right?
Yep.
Y-
Your mastery
one of
dice
them.
is one of the ones. You can reroll
Okay.
that.
okay, perfect. So I'm gonna roll that.
Okay.
And that's a 5. So then I'll spend 2. Oh, I only have to spend 1 stress.
One stress. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll spend 1 stress to not
Okay.
explode the bus.
All right. Well, so you guys go into this museum, and it's not quite as empty as you think. You end up encountering a handful of walkers, and even a runner that spooks the shit out of you. But you guys either manage to kill them, evade them, or otherwise escape and eventually get to this generator. It doesn't have quite as much gas as you were hoping, but it does have some. However, this is the one event that you can roll that if you fail, nothing bad happens, but if you pass, something good happens. Everybody gets a point of experience, an extra point of adrenaline.
Sick.
With that and the push, I am at 8 adrenaline. So now I have a skill called Steady Hand.
Okay. All right. What's everybody else's adrenaline at this point?
So we also got +1 from that adrenaline?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Nice,
I'm
nice.
at 7.
I'm at 3.
I'm at 2.
Okay, so 2 of you are at your yellow level skills. All right.
Oh, that happened at 7. Oh, hey, look at that.
All right, nicely done. Okay. Well, at this point, you guys eventually are going to reach the area where Jim's store is at. Old Jimmy's is what it's called. So we need a little less intense music here. Go back to, here we go. All right, so as I said, Old Town has a lot of the oldest buildings here in the city, and things aren't quite, they're not quite as spaced out. This was, earlier buildings, and as they've been renovated and rebuilt or fixed up, some of the buildings are quite close together. It's like true downtown major city streets. You've got just like a wall of buildings, which are like lots of shops and places to eat and things like that here. And that old Jimmy's, it's a general store, and it's at this, it's on a dead-end street. It's unassuming street in Old Town. There's a couple other shops nearby, gift shops and some food stores. There's a pizza joint on the same street as his is. And you guys get close. You guys have to get out of the bus. You can't get the bus within probably about 3 or 4 blocks. There's rubble and there's a lot of damage here. So you guys have to go out on foot as you make your way here. But once you guys... oh, that's combat music. Why is that playing? We don't want that. We wanted... So, at this point, when you guys get out, as you guys start getting through Old Town, basically, once you guys get out of the heart of the city, the amount of undead that you see becomes far less intense. You don't hear as many screams, you don't see as many hordes, the density of zombies begins to decrease. Once you cross into the industrial park, it's a little bit less than the heart of the city, and once you get to Old Town, it looks like there's not a whole lot of the zombies here. You still do see some wandering around here and there, but it seems like whatever are here, it's not as many. You don't hear as much commotion. You just occasionally hear the odd groan or the shuffle of feet on pavement down a street. But other than that, it's about as quiet as you guys have heard since this has all started. And when you guys get down here, you get to the basically the mouth of the street where Jimmy's store is at, which we'll switch over to here. So you guys are over on this side. This is the opening of the street. So you guys are basically on a T intersection here.
Pitch black. We cannot see.
God damn it! I fixed all these.
Okay, sweet.
So basically, this way, from top to bottom, is like a T intersection. So you guys are entering from this street. Jimmy's is this store at the end of the street, and then there's this pizza joint here, and there's a laundromat to your right. To your left, there's like a small, like a 7-Eleven type store. And this over here, this ends with basically like the end of the alley. There's some dumpsters and stuff over there behind some chain link fences, but otherwise it is a dead end. So this does not continue into a street. It ends there where the map ends. Now where you guys are standing, move your tokens here so you guys can. There you go. Where you guys are standing, there is a massive pile of rubble, detritus, bricks, rocks, metallic debris, a barricade that's been built. Clearly, it's not like rubble from an exploded building. It's something that someone has collected, and they've made a makeshift barricade here. And it's like a mound. It's like a hill. It's not straight up like a wall, but it is, you're guessing, 8 to 10 feet tall of rubble. Now, you guys are a little bit further down the street when you get here. I will need everybody to make a... where's my character sheet here? A sneak roll, please.
Oh, okay. I'm actually not bad at those.
We'll see what happens.
Or not a single success.
I hear a lot of glass cracking.
I got one success and
Okay, yeah, you only need one.
I don't.
Ooh, Yuka and Aaron are in danger of trouble right now.
No, Aaron only rolled 1-1.
No, I think I'm the first Aaron for some reason it rolled. Instead
Oh,
of,
you probably had her token selected.
Yeah. So I'll push twice.
Okay.
So we're up.
I'll do the same.
Okay. All right. So, two of you push. You guys all get some more adrenaline points, and you creep your way into a burnt-out building across the street from this rubble. You guys are able to kind of take a look and see. So we'll put you guys over here. This is kind of where you guys are chilling right now. And what you see, wandering around in front of this barricade, is a decent-sized horde of zombies. There are 16 walkers, and I believe there might be some runners as well. Let me check my rules. Let's see. Someone roll me a d6, please.
Got it. 5.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, there's actually quite the horde out here. So
More EXP.
there are 16 walkers, which I'll start putting down here. And there are... You rolled a 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh my. There are 8 runners.
Jeez.
And there are 4 fatties, or brutes as they call them in random places in this rulebook.
We can't even hurt them.
Oh, the fire axe can.
Are the brutes the big ones with armor, or are they just the same thing?
No, those are abominations. Brutes, they're basically walkers with 2 health instead of 1. Abominations are the big nasty ones you gotta worry about. But you don't see any of those here. Let me zoom out. I need some more room here. Okay. Whole lot of zombies milling about. None of them seem to have noticed you. And you see some of them are attempting to get over the barricade, but it doesn't look like they have the coordination. Especially the fatties, or the brutes, they can't make it over. They're just
Okay,
too big.
stop fucking looking. Come on.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of zombies.
Is there something we could do to like draw them away? Like if we make noise and like distract them?
You can certainly try, but you could potentially lure more zombies if there's more anywhere.
So
Making noise
understand,
always has the chance to attract zombies that are lurking about out of sight.
So a quick question before combat. Is it like Zombicide where, say, Yuka runs in right here?
Yep.
And then attacks and gets 4 successes, each one doing 2 damage. Would she kill 4 brutes because your damage goes to the square you're in?
Almost. In this, the number of damage you need is also the number of hits you have to get. So if you had 4 hits, you would kill 2 brutes because each one takes 2 hits with a damage 2 weapon. That's the only difference. Otherwise, pretty much the exact same. So they're all wandering about. They're all on this side of the barricade. We're going to assume the barricade is right here where the map ends. So all the zombies are basically where the walkers are, intermixed together, just wandering about. And again, so you see all of them except the brute. Well, not all of them, but the ones that are trying to climb over this are the walkers and the runners. None of the brutes. They're just kind of wandering about.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. My character's not good at melee combat. It's only a little bit better at...
Does anybody have like a lighter or anything like that?
I've got pain pills, that's it.
We could I'm presuming the bus is like a block away, is it?
It's about 4 blocks away. It's as close as you guys can get it. There's a lot of wreckage out here.
We could try and blow up the bus as a distraction.
Well, we couldn't get it any closer because of all the rubble.
Yeah,
Well,
but like
bus
they
blew up,
might hear the explosion.
You'd still hear an explosion from here, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean... We could blow it up.
We cannot fight this.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to climb the building or like move from this building to the next one? And like move across the barricade that way?
You don't see anything on this side. It's just solid brick wall. But if you'd like to give me a, what is it, spot? Is that a skill?
That is a skill.
Harkening back to D&D 3rd edition. Made so many spot checks in my day. Yeah, go ahead and roll a spot if you'd like. I believe that's like, yeah, to look around.
Okay, I'll roll that. I got 5 dice.
Nice.
1 success.
Okay. The only thing that you see, it's a laundromat, so it's only the laundromat itself is 1 story. There's another story above that, above the ground floor, which you're guessing might be like an apartment. You know, the owner probably lives there or something like that. You know, you do see a window up on the 2nd floor, but you know, it's a good probably 12, 14 feet up, and it's, you know, it's solid brick. You know, there's not even like the windowsill like juts out a little bit because it's like, you know, brick wall, and then the windowsill part is like one of those bigger gray bricks that maybe sticks out like 3 to 6 inches. But other than that, you know, the wall is pretty solid.
Anyone have a plan?
Just try to sneak to the store and.
Do the zombies see us currently or no?
No, you guys are hiding in a burnt out building across the street. So if we were to zoom out, you guys would probably be like here-ish, and then this is the road right here. Like running north to south.
Is there a way for us to scavenge for other weapons or supplies like in regular Zombicide?
As a matter of fact, I'm so glad you asked. There is.
Okay.
There is. Let me get my book.
Yeah, see, scavenge is a skill.
Yes, there are rules for it. I think we have to determine how big of an area it is you're searching, and that'll determine how many attempts you can make. So I'm thinking we need to go under probably, what is it, actions? There we go, searching. Okay. Well, first what you guys need to do is determine where you want to search, and that'll determine what we have to...
What choices are there to search from?
Well, there's the burnt out building that you're in. You're not sure what it was at some point. It's only a 1 story. It looks like it was probably a store at some point, but it look like it's suffered heavy fire damage. Across the street, because remember, this is a T intersection you guys are at, so the road also continues like this way off the map towards the right. And then so there's buildings across the street from you here, and then, you know, probably some next to you as well. Let's say there is there's a gas station over here across the street, and next to you guys is a like one of those city houses that's not very wide, but it's probably like 2 or 3 stories tall, but it's probably just for a single family home, kind of like what Brian used to live in when he lived in the city.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Chicago 2 flat.
There you go. That's the one.
If I were to go across the street to the gas station, would that put me in danger of being seen by the zombies? Or the zombies still behind that barricade?
The zombies are on your guys' side of the barricade.
Yeah.
They're on the street, basically, but they're all right here where the walkers are. However, yes, if you guys leave this building to go anywhere or do anything, there is a chance. It will require another sneak test.
Ooh, okay.
I will say, if anybody wants, you can make 1 search roll for the building you're in. There's not much here, so there's probably not a whole lot to find, but I'll let you make 1 roll, and this would be a scavenge. So the way it works with scavenging is, depending on the location, you're allowed to make a certain number of searches. Each search is an extended test that requires 3 successes. And I believe everyone in the group is allowed to roll and add their successes together. Let me just double check that.
What do you mean by a extended test?
So you need to get more than 1 success.
Okay.
You need to have 3, but I believe the group can do this. I don't just think it's one person.
Okay.
Yeah, every survivor that takes part in the search can contribute to the total. But obviously means that those people are not doing anything else. So if there was something important you were trying to do, you might not want to have everybody searching. But yes, so all of you can potentially make a scavenge roll, and you add your successes together. You need a total of 3 to find something. You guys can do this once for this area. Larger areas, you might be able to do multiple search rolls or search attempts. But
I'll attempt search. I get 7 dice for this, so.
Damn. Okay, bro.
Oh, 2 1s. Nicely
Okay.
done, Aaron.
Yeah.
Go.
Shit.
Burning through my stress.
Oh, that wouldn't even like help this time because you got the 2 1s.
All right. Well, Matt, you can go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Well, like, we should determine if everybody else is taking part in this or not.
I'll help out.
Okay.
Aaron tried to help.
Glenn not doing great either.
I mean, I could push 2 stress.
That's 1 success for me.
All right. So, Glenn, what are you doing while they are starting to rummage around and obviously make a lot of noise?
I'm searching too.
I'm sorry, not Glenn. Amato, what are you doing?
I was thinking I was gonna sneak to the gas station and search that.
Okay. Give me a sneak roll.
Okay.
Are you sneaking across on your BMX? That's the most important question.
Oh
Are you
yeah,
taking it with-
obviously.
Okay. Okay, well, no ones.
Okay,
but wow.
I will push
All
one.
4 players rolled, and we have 1 success out of the 4 of those. Okay, so
And
Amato,
one
go
crit
ahead.
fail.
I'll push one.
Okay, so you start creeping across. You do see a zombie turn, but it looks like they're turning more towards the building where your friends are making a bunch of noise. So it takes you a little bit because, you're trying to be quiet, but you will eventually get to the gas station and you get up to the front door. Meanwhile, inside, we have 1 success and we have 2 people in danger of doing critical failures here. Well, one of them's going to happen regardless, so...
Yep.
Is anybody going to spend any adrenaline?
Yeah, so I'll spend 2 stress to get 2
Okay.
successes.
Okay. All right. So that's a total of 3. So you guys do find something. Roll me a d6.
Okay, I roll it.
Is it a folded steel samurai katana?
Four?
It's an outdoors item. Let's see what it is.
A nice
I use those
machete.
outdoors all the time.
4 again.
You have found on a table, it miraculously rather undamaged by the fire. The strap looks like it's burned off, but it still looks like it works, covered in dust. You find a pair of multi-purpose binoculars.
Oh, cool, cool. Just what I need in this scenario.
Hey, you can see when the zombies start pouring through that front door.
I guess I'll
Meanwhile,
put that one on the pouches in my wheelie chair.
okay. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Aaron goes to move some boxes or something, and you end up, whatever you pull out was holding up this bookcase, and the bookcase basically crashes into pieces because it's so burnt and disheveled, and it just makes this loud crashing noise, and you all can hear the moans and groans of the undead outside. Amato, you can even hear this from across the street, and as you're getting up to the glass door of the gas station, you're kind of trying to dip between the pumps to use as cover. You hear this, and when you look, you see several of the undead begin moving in that direction.
Oh shit.
What do you do, Amato?
Is there a window or something I can use my crowbar to just shatter?
Oh yeah. There's the glass on the front door, and the whole front of this is basically those big tall glass windows. So
Nice. So I will shatter the glass in the hopes that it will attract the zombies to me, and I can try to run away.
okay, I'll tell you what, we'll need a roll here to see if you can make more noise than what they're making. So I think... I would say give me a...
Do a stunt.
Stunt. Yeah, I think a stunt.
Nice. What does the underline mean again?
It's a favored skill, so you get +1 die.
Nice. Sweet. So I'm rolling 6 dice. 1 success. That puts me into 7, so I am now adrenaline.
All right. You are going to need more than 1 success to cause more noise than what they're causing.
Cool. Would 2 successes be enough?
2 will be enough to get some of them. It'll take 3 to get all of them. Basically, let me rephrase that. Because not all the zombies are going for your friends right now.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take 2 to get most of the ones that are going for your friends away from them. It'll take 3 to make sure nothing attacks your friends. You're not going to attract the whole horde, but anything that's going for them is all going to come for you.
Okay, so I will use 2 stress to get 3 successes.
Okay, so the 3 of you in the building, Aaron knocks this bookcase over, and it's like a gunshot. It's just so loud because there's nothing else going on. And you guys look, and you can see a handful of these zombies they notice, and they start walking or running in your direction. Then, a few seconds later, you hear multiple sounds. As Amato, you get on your bike, and you just hold out the crowbar and run. You roll past the entire front of the gas station. You break all 4 windows and then the window on the door, making a huge racket. And you see all the zombies that were about to go towards the bookstore. They turn their head in your direction. And we're going to roll here to see how many of them you have attracted.
Nice.
So let's see here.
I thought about it was just going to put a can in their spokes and start riding around in circles in the BMX.
Okay, you have 4 runners.
Oh, shit.
2 of the brutes. And let's see, the walker horde. 7 of the walkers.
Okay, cool.
So we'll just move them over here to represent there. Coming towards you. So 7 walkers, 4 runners. We split the groups up here. And 2 of the brutes. Okay. All right. You guys see this when you hear the shattering of the glass? You see that a bunch of the undead that were about to come towards you guys turn and start making their way across the street here and going for the gas station. You probably see Amato on his bike as well. You'll probably be able to outrun the walkers and the brutes here, Amato, but those runners, you've learned, they are fast as fuck. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you a chance to evade them before they could potentially catch you. I am going to need I think we're going to need an endurance test, endure.
Ooh,
It's kind
okay.
of like an athletics to see if you can basically outrun these guys and peel away fast enough. Because it'll take a little bit to get your bike up to full speed, and they're just able to start sprinting right away.
For sure. 3 successes, just off the bat. 666.
Okay, so not only do you outpace these guys, but you do a fucking cool wheelie while you do it, and you smash one last window for good measure as you peel around the corner to get behind the gas station. And you draw them away. The runners are still on your trail, but you're outpacing them. And I need to roll to see if anything else heard this racket. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on.
4 successes is Ghost Rider Trail of Fire.
Okay. You do not hear or see any other undead shambling into the area. You guys see Amato disappears around a corner with some of the horde following. But once he breaks line of sight, the walkers and the brutes start milling about over towards the gas station. And you can see some of them start to turn back towards where the rest of the horde is at. The runners disappear around the corner following him. So what are the three of you going to do?
Is there enough distance that we could take this opportunity to like gank the two brutes while, most of the walkers are looking the other way?
They're all kind of in the same area, so basically it's one horde. When you're in melee, you can pick who you attack, but when you're shooting, you have to go with the shooting priority, which is automatically the brutes first. You could attempt to get in there and attack and kill some stuff, and then try to break out of combat, but that is dangerous to attempt.
I would say that we could at least try to sneak by them. They don't seem to be able to get past the barricade. At least most of them.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do with Glenn?
My legs can't get over that barricade. I'm sorry.
Well, we could lift you up. Yuka and Aaron are maybe not the strongest, but I'm sure we could figure it out.
While being sneaky and hiding from all those creatures, there's no way. I mean, if you two want to go, but I can't follow that path.
Just use Glenn as bait.
Yeah,
Find
we're
my
not
own
leaving
way.
you here, but
Glenn just has to go really fucking fast and then like ramp off
Well,
like this section of the barricade.
I've noticed that there's a manhole cover right in front of the store we need to get to. Is there another manhole cover somewhere on the street we can go into?
Oh, okay. Give me a spot roll. That's gonna require. Let me see here. It's gonna require 3 successes.
Can I borrow Glenn's binoculars?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you.
+1 for that. +1 for me.
Yeah.
Not a single one. No,
Um,
you do not see any manhole covers nearby on this side of the barricade.
Dang it. Chicago's known for its excellent sanitation.
I mean, you've got a 4, so if you want to use a push.
I
but-
need 3 successes.
Oh. Rip.
However, as you're sitting here, you're looking, you're scanning down and up and down the street here, Yuka. You do eventually you spot over on this side of the barricade. You can see there is a small, looks like there's a small alleyway behind this building, but it looks more like it just happens to be an opening because the buildings aren't right on top of each other, but it's not a full alleyway, but there's a space in between those buildings you might be able to squeeze through. And as a matter of fact, you do see one of the walkers has wandered over there and actually starts to squeeze its way through that opening, and it disappears out of sight.
I'll whisper to Aaron and Glenn, like, there's a trash can alley behind the 7-Eleven across the street. It's small, but we could probably fit.
Good eye.
I've got 2 of them, thanks.
And then with that tip, I'll try maybe to sneak over there then to the alleyway, get around him.
All right. As you get ready to leave the building here, Glenn, you all hear the loud single shot of a single gun go off. You can't see where it's from, but it echoes throughout this area. If anybody has...
Can I do like a perception test?
You can do a spot to see if you can maybe figure out where it came from, or I would allow a shoot or an education roll here to maybe identify the type of weapon that's being fired.
Ooh, I'll make an education roll.
Is that something Amato can hear as well?
Yeah, you definitely hear it. Yep. Yeah, it's loud.
We all try education?
If you want, sure.
Amato's gonna look for a
I
spot.
will look at. I'm just gonna look at the zombies and see which way do their heads turn.
I have a critical fail in my education. That seems appropriate.
Oh, crap.
It's not a. I don't think it's a critical because you got 1 6, right?
I got
But a
1 6
critical
with 2
is-
1s.
I thought it was if you got 1s and no 6s, it was a critical.
No, it's
More
more
ones.
more ones than 6s.
Oh, no.
Aaron's
happens
got
to-
one too.
Yeah, I got one. I could push. I'm down to half my stress already. Like, how badly can I be uneducated? That could put me in danger.
You
It
can
just
reroll your mastery.
gives you an aneurysm.
Oh,
Oh, no, you can't. Can you? It's not a 1.
Correct.
Just looking at the zombies through the binoculars, do they all, like, turn their heads in a certain direction? Or...
With no successes, Yuka, it's hard to tell what they're really paying attention to. It seems like they're kind of all looking all over the place.
Oh, I didn't make a roll. I was just wondering.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at your last roll there. Yeah, you see the nearby ones, the ones especially by the barricade here. It looks like they're trying to climb the barricade in a bit more of a frenzy. And Amato, you did pass. You're guessing it's some sort of rifle.
I was doing a spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would say from where you are, you don't actually have line of sight to where the shot is coming from, so you wouldn't see anything. But I'll tell you what you do see though. From where you are, you can see that this little tiny alleyway that this walker squeezed behind, it actually opens up on the other side of this building, the 7-Eleven. It goes into that fenced-off area I talked about where all the dumpsters are. Again, it doesn't look like it's made to be used, but this thing tried to get through. And you see, like, as he gets through, he's like left a smear of like blood and like flesh on the wall because he's had to squeeze through so much. And as he gets around the corner, you see his head just explodes and it drops to the ground when you hear that gunshot go off.
Oh. Well, there's someone inside that area who's popping people.
You can't tell where it's from, but it's definitely inside the map area.
Cool. Well,
Luckily, it does not seem to attract any more undead. And we're gonna give this guy the good old put him over here in the dead pile. All right, one zombie down, like 25 to go, and I think this is a good time to take our break and let you guys think about what you've done. And I need to think about what we're gonna do about these critical failures on an education test. I don't know about that, but all right. So let's take
It's
a break.
America, so you know.
That makes sense. Yep, you did something stupid. All right. Well, let's take our break here, grab some Dr. Pepper, and we will be back in a few minutes, listeners.
All right, PRB boys.
see you soon, guys.
All right. Okay, listeners, we are back, and I think we're ready to dive back in here. So here's what happens as you guys are trying to figure out what's going on here. Aaron and Glenn, you basically get into a minor argument here over what type of gun is being fired. One of you is like, it's a shotgun, no doubt. And the other one's like, no, it's a Magnum, obviously. Single shot. It's like, wow, the shotgun's single shot too. And this goes back and forth, and Yuka, you're like, shut the fuck up. And they don't listen to you. And eventually this arguing has garnered some undue attention, and it looks like a couple of the undead from the central horde are coming towards you. One of the brutes, two of the runners, and it looks like four of the walkers are making their way towards you guys. Amato, you are like, somewhere on this street over here, probably on the crosswalk, between the two things. And these brutes and walkers are kind of making their way back towards the barricade. You've outrun the runners at this point. They're a little further away, so you don't have to worry about them. But you are far off from your friends right now and kind of cut off with what's going on here. So, Amato, you can probably see from wherever you are as you kind of cut around this this gas station. You're on the other side now. You're on the T intersection looking north down the street. you can see some of the zombies are breaking away from the barricade and moving towards the direction where you last left your friends.
God damn it.
So I'll let you think about what you want to do here. So the way this works, guys, the survivors always get to act first because you guys are alive and you're a little bit faster and more agile. However, what I'll do is I determine how far away these guys are, and that'll determine how many rounds of shooting you have before the zombies are in melee range. Unfortunately, because there are runners involved, they are going to be on you a little bit faster. I need to check precisely how that works. I think it just means it's one range less.
Can we presume that because Glenn and Aaron are having this argument and Yuka's freaking out and looking through the binoculars at the zombies, that Yuka knows this is about to happen, so she can get in like an advantageous position?
Yeah, you're like scanning, right? And then like all of a sudden your entire binoculars like filled up with a zombie face, and you realize like one of them is like at the glass wall, like trying to break through the like one of the only remaining windows. Okay, how does this work for the runners? Alright, just a moment here. Okay, runners reduce the maximum number of opening shots to 1. Then they attack twice. Once before the survivor phase and once during the zombie phase. Okay, so you guys have one turn that you can get off shots, and then you're basically going to be engaged. So, the three of you can act in any order you like. You guys all act during the same round, and then the zombies will go.
I mean, I can take shots. I have the gun. I feel like it's going to attract more zombies, but I guess it's been enough noise at this point now that it's happening, so...
Yep, does have the noisy tree.
I guess I will take shots at runners.
Well, I was thinking if I could maneuver, can I get to the runners and take the runners out and then buy them an extra round of shooting?
Yes, but then you will be in combat with everything else by yourself.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And keep in mind, unless they have a weapon with I believe it's the precise quality, they may hit you when they shoot. Because it's like in the tabletop game where shooting at friends in close combat means your friends get killed.
All right, I guess I'll just go over towards the back where the brig's coming in. Can I do that?
Yeah, I mean,
enough so that when the shots are fired at first, I can also swing, so we kind of get a bit of an alpha strike going, you know?
Well, basically the zombies are all kind of in a group together, with the exception of the runners are, they're technically, I guess, a little bit out front because they're faster. But the brute and the walkers are basically in a mob together, so they'll get to you guys at the same time. But once you're in melee, you can choose who you attack. So, Glenn, if you like, you have one turn of shots here, and you can get the runners, because I think it makes sense they would be out in front.
Okay, so that's going to give me... I have 7 dice to shoot with. Let's get my base dice and then my special dice. So I have 1 success, and
okay.
So I guess I kill a runner?
Yes. Correct. Do you want to burn any stress?
How many runners total?
There's 2 coming at you.
2 total or 2 more?
2 in total right now.
Oh, then yeah, I'll burn a stress, take out a second runner for sure.
Okay. Amato, you hear the gunshots go off. The 2 runners are dropped. And the rest of these guys are going to move in. And at this point, they start breaking through the window, crashing through what's left of the door, crawling through open windows, and the 3 of you are engaged in combat.
Can we not move after attacking?
Well, this is all, it's all very theater of the mind with combat. So it's basically you have a number of turns to shoot before you're engaged.
Yeah, everything works in range bands.
Yeah. So, with this in mind, Matt, I need you to roll 2 dice, And if either of them are 1, your gun has attracted more zombies. Oh, yes! Oh, I love it. Okay. How many show up? That is the question, though.
Yuka's gonna turn to Aaron and say, "You want to just get out of here and leave Meals on Wheels over here for the zombos?"
Jeez. Ruthless.
What the hell?
Oh, man.
I mean, I get it, but I'd rather you don't.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Where does it actually explain what the noisy trait does? How does it work? Or how do we spawn zombies? This is what I'm... Amato, what are you gonna do while this is all going down?
Can I go to where that walker died and try to sneak in there with my hands up?
Sure. Yeah, you can
Page,
check that.
page 45, Chris, second paragraph on the right. Horde waves.
Thank you.
Under the bloody crowbar.
I see dice pools and dice results on this page.
Oh, I'm looking at the...
Are you looking at the RPG or the board game?
I'm looking at the quick start rules for the RPG.
Oh, I don't have quick start rules. I have the full rule book.
It says at the end of each combat round, if there's at least one zombie standing, the GM rolled 1 die for each survivor that made noise. If 1 or more die result in a zombie head, that makes more sense. A Horde X1 joins the fight the following round.
Oh, Horde X1. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thank you.
I don't know what that means though.
A Horde X1 means it is 1 walker per survivor, and depending on the threat level of the area, there's a chance there could be runners or brutes.
Oh wow! Glenn, you discovered an infinite zombie hack. Way to go!
Infinite EXP. Yeah, let's go. We're
I mean, it's
grinding.
true. Yeah, if you level up fast enough. Okay.
Hey, Glenn's gonna learn a lot today. Okay.
No, he go learn today.
Not all of it good.
Luckily, it's only 1 horde. Regardless of how many ones you roll, it's not a horde per one. That would be rough.
Brutal.
Yeah. 1 or more dice is rolled. Okay. All right.
I guess.
Well, Glenn, since you made the noise, roll a d6. You want to roll low here. This is determine if there's runners or brutes.
3.
Okay. There is 2 runners and no brutes. That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so 2 more runners are healing around the corner. They will join next round. So this round, basically, so you guys open fire. Zombies move into combat. That's their turn. Now it is your turn. So you guys are all engaged at this point, the 3 of you. You can attack in any order, and because you're in melee, you can choose who you hit. The runners are not in combat yet.
I'll swing first because I've got the 2 damage weapon. I'll see if I can take the brute down. Does that sound good?
Okay. Yep. So you need 2 hits because he's got 2 health. That's a shitload of dice. Holy cow.
Yeah, 2 6s. King.
There you go. All right.
That's-
Hack. The brute goes down.
Get out of here.
That's Yuka with the fire axe then. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep. And that'll be 2 adrenaline. All right. Who's next?
Erin will go. She'll take a swing at one of these walkers with the baseball bat.
Okay.
And sorry. Okay. And that's a fight roll, right? For melee?
Yes.
Oh.
And you add whatever dice your weapon adds under the dice
Right.
category.
Okay. Oh man, I'm only rolling 3 dice. That's bad.
Oh my
3 successes.
Wow.
Bro.
What a roll.
And it's 1 damage, so I take 3 of them out.
Do you want to boost? I mean, Glenn still gets to go, so you might not want to burden the stress here, but you could kill the last walker if you'd like.
Actually, yeah, because then he can shoot the runners.
If you want to be a badass,
So
yeah.
I'll spend
Yeah,
1
that's
more.
true. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, so Aaron fucking goes crazy and just bashes in head after head with the. Are you using the baseball bat or the crowbar?
Yeah, the baseball bat.
Oh,
So
lovely.
yeah, Aaron, the bus driver, is just get off my bus.
All right,
well
Glenn,
practiced.
you've got a moment of clear line of sight to two more runners who are coming around the other corner and about to dive through the open window.
Alright, I'll cock back the handgun, I'll ready it, aim, and take some shots out at him. See if I can hit anything. And then here's a special die. Okay,
Ooh,
well, I can re-roll that last one because that was a special die. Mastery die?
Yep.
Yeah.
So one walker or one runner's down, and you have two trouble.
So I guess I may as well boost with a stress to not have trouble and kill the second walker.
Yep, you got it.
I will do that.
All right, please roll 2 dice again. Don't roll any
Oh.
ones.
Bought any more EXP? No, okay.
Okay, so Glenn puts down the other two runners. Amato, you hear more gunshots. And it seems like the rest of the horde, though, they're not too interested in what's going on across the street. They're kind of converging back towards the barricade. Amato, please give me. You're trying to squeeze through this this spot here. It's not an easy fit. I'm going to need a. I think stunt is probably the most makes the most sense here to squeeze through.
Okay. Yeah, so stunt, maybe he like does a cool wheelie, pops the back over and somehow slides his bike through. I don't know.
I mean, it's basically it's you have to get off the bike. The bike's not going to fit in here. Like you have to turn yourself sideways to fit through.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, get off the bike. Wow, 3 1s.
Nice.
I will have to burn 2 stress.
Oh, you are so lucky. So fucking lucky. Okay.
All right, I have 1 stress left, but I get 3 more, so I'm at 16. So I'm really close to red.
Okay. All right. So you prop the bike against the wall, and you quickly try to squeeze through to make sure none of these other zombies see you. You're worried for a second that someone's going to turn towards you, but you manage to sneak through, and just as you get out of line of sight, we see one of the zombies look over its shoulder in your direction, but they don't see you. They just see your bike, which I don't know any difference, so you start squeezing through. And as you... so what are you trying to do? You're trying to get around and do what?
Well, yeah, once I get like roughly where the zombie is, I'm putting my hands up, so if someone is looking to shoot, they don't fucking dome me.
Okay. So you come around the corner and you hear the shot of a gun go off. I need you to make a give me a cool test.
Fuck.
You only need 1 success here.
Yeah, but I only get 2 dice.
Ooh.
No!
no!
I ain't gonna do her.
That is it, boys.
Okay, so you put your hands up, and as you come around the corner, you guys all hear the rifle go off again. Amato, you are struck by this bullet, and it is going to deal 3 damage to you.
Oh.
I have 3 health, so I'm dead.
I don't know if you're dead. Let's see what
Okay.
happens. Okay. Oh boy. All right.
Amato,
3
no.
damage. All right. If a survivor reaches 0 HP, they are knocked unconscious and suffer a major injury. Oh, I love it. Sean, you are going to roll a d6.
Sweet.
You want to roll high here.
Let me see another 1, boys.
You roll a 1,
Oh, 4.
you're dead.
Okay.
You roll a 2 through 5, you have a serious injury. You are left alive but unconscious and left with a nice scar. You suffer a -1 to an attribute of your choice to a minimum of 0 for a number of weeks equal to your dice roll. So pick one of your attributes, please.
I guess we'll go with athletics.
Okay.
Or
Makes sense. You were shot.
no, your attributes would be muscle.
Oh
brains,
no,
or-
I'm sorry. That's the other ones. Those the ones on the left are called proficiencies. The one on the top are
Right.
attributes.
Then brains. Get domed in the
Brains?
head.
Okay, it strikes you like right across the side of the head, like it like goes like basically a little furrow through your temple as it grazes the side of you, but it's enough to put you into enough shock that you drop on top this dead zombie. Luckily, there's a nice dumpster here where your body falls behind, so you're hoping as you go unconscious, the shooter can't see wherever you crumple to.
Yeah.
But you are down for now. All of you hear the gunshot go off, and you probably hear Amato let out a yelp of pain.
Yo.
Ugh. Sorry, Amato.
No, you're good, dog.
He's
It was
still
a
alive.
risk. Yeah.
Oh, until the second shot comes.
You guys, and after the shot, you hear a voice from somewhere behind the barricade shouting, for you guys not to come over the barricade. Stay back. I got plenty more where those came from. What do you guys do?
Now that we've, got the zombies all riled up, can we take another look at coming up behind this building? Is there nothing there?
So here's something that you guys do notice. This is all going, as you say, the zombies are getting riled up. You've attracted a few more. There's lots of gunshots going off. You see more and more of them trying to climb the barricade again. And eventually you see it's almost like World War Z, where they just like pile up so many that they start crawling over each other. It's very slow. It's not super fast like in World War Z. And you see a couple of the walkers, probably the runners, they get to the top of this pile and they're about to climb over, and then you hear this rifle go off a couple more times. Boom, boom, boom. And you see one of the runners and 3 of the walkers all go down and just kind of add to the pile of debris.
Damn.
Gotcha. So is there just wondering if I can get to the back door of this building and use my thieves tools to get into it?
Whoa. Okay, hold on. As this happens, you guys can hear more groans of undead as these gunshots are attracting more infected to the area. You guys see basically down this path to the right, to the east, you see another group of walkers joining the fray. Yuka, give me a spot test, please. Get rid of all these dead guys. Put them over here.
Well, 1 success.
Okay. You do not see any alleyway over there. The buildings are basically right on top of each other. But you do think that it might be possible to climb up and get onto the roof of one of the smaller buildings, and then maybe try to find a path up on the roofs. But you're not sure because you can't see what the roofs look like from down where you're at. But you do see a spot where potentially you could climb up.
Is that like around here?
Basically it's like maybe a building or 2 down. And would somebody please roll me a d6 to see if there's any brutes or runners that are part of this horde that have been attracted by the rifle?
Just tossed it. That's a 5.
Ooh, that's not good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Aaron, what are you doing?
Rolling
Why would you do
5s.
Why would you
Normally
do
that'd
this?
be good.
Well, I mean, it's great.
All
Another
right.
one of those, another one of those.
But this isn't a 1-to-1. Like, we would be able to, in theory, like, sneak or run. Like, because, like, I'm assuming, like, it's implied that the only way to get across is kind of the way Amato went, anyways.
Well, you guys are looking for an alternate path. 8 more runners And I'm sorry, not 8, 6, because Amato is down right now. So that's good in that case. And 3 brutes, right? 3 brutes. 3
That's not
brutes
all.
and 6 runners join this group of 4 walkers that have been attracted by the gunfire.
I'd say, like, I look up there and I'm like, there's no way we can get over there in time, and Amato could be dead for all we know. So I think we just got to go down the same way he went, while all these things are looking west.
I'm
Well,
going to.
actually-
Go ahead.
Could we destroy the barricade and just let them in?
I mean, again, it's a barricade that is covering an entire 2-lane city street and the sidewalks, and it is about 8 feet tall. It is a ton of stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if you
We don't
if
have
you had
explosives.
some sort of explosive, perhaps, or something really heavy duty might do it. Now, as Yuka did point out, pretty much all of the zombies right now in this area are clawing at or trying to climb over the barricade right now. None of them are focused on anything else.
All right. Aaron's gonna attempt to sneak to try and get to where Amada is. He's worried about him.
Okay, what about Glenn and Yuka? What are you guys gonna do?
So we
Yeah,
heard the
get pulled
guy.
down for doing that.
Yes, you heard him.
So we heard the guy talking. So can I try to do a convince? I'm gonna kind of shout to him and talk to him. I'm gonna shout out and say, "Hey, you're pretty handy out there with that rifle. We're pretty handy out here with our weapons too. And all this action and all this activity, it's got more zombies coming in, more walkers, more runners, more everything's coming in. And at this rate, we're all gonna be overwhelmed. So either you let us in and we all fight the horde off together, or we die separately."
You can do that, but keep in mind, shouting to try to get your voice heard and shouting it over all these zombies, you might attract some of them.
I mean, I can't be louder than gunshots,
No, that's true.
and there's plenty of those going off.
If that's a risk you want to take, yes, you can definitely try that. Give me a convince roll. It's going to be 3 successes here you need.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got
3 ones?
3. I got 3 of something.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some stress left, so I could push the 4 and the 5 and get 3 6s. So I think I'll do that. I'll use 2 stress.
Probably a good idea.
I have 1 stress remaining.
Okay.
So I'll have 3 successes.
All right, that's 3
Um,
adrenaline.
Those 3 successes, 3 adrenaline, and I'll try to convince him to let us in, so we can try to like stand our ground together instead of trying to be separated here and just kind of shooting at each other, causing trouble.
Okay, and Aaron, was that your sneak test that you rolled?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You only need 1 because they're all distracted right now. Yuka, what are you doing?
I suppose I'll see what Glenn's doing, because I don't want to just leave Glenn in his wheelchair in this burned out building by himself.
Well, you hear him start to shout this as you see Aaron crawl out one of the open windows and start sneaking across the street, and none of the zombies notice her, so she's eventually going to get to that little alleyway thing.
All right, I'll be like, Glenn, let's go. Like, talk and roll, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'll say that as I try to like position myself with the rest of the group and
Okay.
see if I get a response back.
So, you do, Glenn. You hear a man's voice. He responds. You can tell at first you guys, he kind of shouts back, like, leave me alone, get out of here. But with the 3 successes, which is what you need, you eventually convince him to, you're not here to hurt him, something of that nature. And you just hear him shout, "All right, but if you try anything funny, you'll be joining your buddy."
The only thing funny we're trying is funny ways of getting down these walkers.
All right, it works. It's a pass.
Okay, Glenn and Yuka give me sneak tests as well. I'm going to give you guys -1 die because there is a lot of shouting going back and forth right now, so it's going to be a little bit harder to sneak past. All right, Yuka's got it. Nicely
One
done.
success, Yuka barely makes it.
Here's where Glenn's batteries run out.
Oh, do I need to make a sneak test as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Oh,
Pass.
he's got it. Okay. All right. You guys creep across. So, Aaron, you're the first one there. You're able to start squeezing through here. And as you do, you can see the blood and zombie bits smeared on the wall where the one zombie forced his way through. And then you can see at the end, there is a dead walker on the ground with an exploded head. And you see laying on top of that walker behind the dumpster to your right is Amato's prone form. Luckily, his head is not exploded. When you get to him, you can see that he is still breathing, but he is obviously out right now. And when you turn him over or you move him, whatever it is you do see the little channel of blood across his left temple, like kind of from like corner of the eye, it's like towards his ear.
I'll leave the other two over. Amato's alive.
So there is a problem. Glenn's wheelchair is not going to fit through this opening.
Oh.
Keep in mind, Amato's bike couldn't even fit through here, and the bike is thinner than the wheelchair.
Bike's thinner than me.
Can we go like south another building and come around that way?
No, it's a dead end. It's there might be some way you can climb, but if you want to take Glenn with, you're going to have to take him out of the wheelchair and leave the wheelchair there.
I guess to the question of how disabled am I?
It's your legs. Your legs don't work. So you're from the waist down.
Okay.
Chris, would the pills I got earlier at the start wake me up?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it just takes. There's a heal test basically you can do to restore some health. So
yeah, I'm gonna do that heal test. I was calling them over because I thought they had the painkillers. I forgot you had them.
Yeah.
Would the pills by any chance fix Glenn's leg?
That's what I thought you were gonna ask. Like, no, it's a permanent.
Only you're that easy.
They temporarily start working again. Oh, wouldn't that be great?
So Aaron is gonna fish the painkillers out of your pocket. He's gonna chew them up and spit them in your mouth like a mama bird.
Whoa.
And
that's hot. Okay.
Right.
All right. So
test.
so you do a heal check. So heal is once per day. Someone, including yourself, can roll heal. You gain hit points equal to the number of successes rolled.
So gain one hit point.
Oh, he can't push it though, so.
No. But I did roll it, and I gave myself. I maybe should have waited till you said it. I gave myself 1 bonus dice for the painkillers.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Still 30% of your health.
Yeah. So you lean over. There's a 45-year-old woman who hasn't brushed her teeth in about 4 weeks, spitting into your mouth. There, Amato.
Yeah.
Not the worst thing that I've ever dealt with.
You have 2 doses of pain pills left. We'll say.
Nice.
And then Aaron, I'll help you stand up. You okay to walk?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Oh, whoever shot me did a real number.
All right. What are the two of Yuka and Glenn? What are you guys doing?
I'll come back for the chair. Can you carry me? Get me through here.
All right.
I'll come back for it.
Alien resurrection, freeze. Put him up on my back.
Yes.
I'm wearing you like a backpack. I'm facing you backwards so you can shoot behind in case anyone sneak up on us.
If only Adam was here for the Alien Resurrection reference. It's a good movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that episode just dropped.
Well, I guess I'll go on Yuka's back and I'll pull out the handgun and have it pointed behind just in case.
All right, but it is a good reference, Will. I'll give you that. It's appropriate. Okay, so you have to leave Glenn's chair behind, but you're able to get him through. this tight corridor, and then when you guys are on the other side, you can basically strap him on your back and help carry him around, so he can watch your six, as they say. When you finally get around this corner, what you guys see is there's a pizza shop ahead of you. There's the entrance to the laundromat, and then you can see the barricade itself. On this side of the barricade, at the bottom, there is a whole bunch of debris and junk that's been piled up, but you notice that all of it is stuff that's made out of combustible materials, mostly wood, and you see like some sheets probably stolen from the laundromat, and you can smell it from here. You can smell the stench of like lighter fluid and gasoline, and eventually you can see up to your left. So the left side is Old Jimmy's. You can see it's a 2-story store. Up on the second floor, you can see all the doors and windows are barricaded, but up in the second floor, you can see between two of the wooden slats that he's put on the window, you can see the nozzle of a rifle sticking out. You can see it's kind of moving between you guys and then back towards the barricade. You can't really even see him. You might see the glint of the scope, but it's very faint because, you know, he's very well hidden in there. He's got a ton of cover. And as you guys get through, you eventually see the nozzle of the rifle, the barrel slips back between those slats of wood, disappears, and then eventually you can hear him coming downstairs, and you hear several locks on the door to the front, and then there's actually 2 individuals waiting for you. And I think I have, I think I've got artwork. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. So you see Old Jimmy. Let me see if this is to share art. Here we go. An older man, looks a little bit like Bill from Left 4 Dead. He's got the old scraggly beard. Looks like he's probably in his late 50s, early 60s. He's wearing an old army jacket, a little bit faded. He's got a military cap on backwards, and he's got a high-powered single-shot rifle with a nice scope. You know, even though he's old, he looks still in fairly good shape. Little ragged, obviously hasn't probably bathed in a little while. He's a little dirty, but you can see this weird look in his eyes. And alongside him, you guys may or may not know of his companion, is his daughter, Jenny, who looks to be probably maybe somewhere between like 8th and 12th grade, maybe high school. Short cropped hair, also wearing like an old military jacket, and you can see that she's actually got a couple Molotov cocktails like in a bag that she's got slung over her shoulder. And you guys put 2 and 2 together and realize that they've probably set up a booby trap here with all that stuff by the barricade in case something did get through or get over it. And so Old Jimmy looks you guys over. He's still got the gun in his hand, but he's not pointing it at you. And says, "All right, you want to talk.
All right, Jimmy. You know the situation out there. You know it's bad. You know, it's bad everywhere. But you letting us in, give us all the best odds of survival. If they had come over that barricade, they attack us. We got more weapons, more guns. We'll hold out. But in the meantime, you know, supplies are low out there, and you know, out here you got food, you got supplies. I'm sure you got something over here. We're just looking to get some food. We can take it back to our people. Call it a day. If you're willing to part with some supplies, we're willing to help you secure the area to make sure this place is safe for any future attacks. I got the tools, the knowledge, the know-how, and we got the muscle, the manpower. We can lock this place down, and all it's going to take is a little bit of food and little supplies. We'll be out of your hair. What do you say?
He's looking you guys over carefully, kind of biting his lower lip.
Who
And,
gave us the tip?
was one of your survivors back at your shelter.
Presumably, he used to own this store, so it would be Jimmy. Or is this Jim's place? I forget.
This is Jimmy's store. Yes, he owns it.
But wasn't it a survivor back at the place knew him from the neighborhood?
Yeah, he said that it looked like Jim's place was all still boarded up, so he was guessing that either Jimmy was in there holed up, or even if Jimmy wasn't holed up, it looked like it was still intact, and assumed there's probably still stuff in there worth getting.
But there was no personal connection. There's no name to drop.
No, there's no personal connection, just like a rumor, basically. The guy probably lived in the neighborhood, so he was probably around here when he was trying to escape.
Do you want to sort of like roll, like convince or anything like that?
Yes, I do. This is going to require 2 successes.
Yeah, I'll do convince.
Easy.
Easy.
Not even hard, bro.
He says, all right, here's my counter offer. I'll give you guys supplies. You got to do one of 2 things for me. Either A, you help thin out that horde, or B, you go get the keys to my my locker.
Where are the keys?
My truck.
Where's the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it like you guys would just know where his truck is. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Parked on
The
the
Chevy
street.
1979. Yeah, the piece of shit way out back. I know where it is, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
So it's he tells you it's maybe a couple blocks, maybe a mile away. He says it broke down when he was on his way back with to get some supplies. And he's like, the keys are in there. I had to scram fast when I ran out of gas, and I left them in there. I'll tell you, like, it's in the glove box or something, or the thing between the seats.
I mean, could we
We
just
go
break
and get
down the
the,
locker with our crowbars? We got like 2 of them, right?
You could certainly suggest that.
Yeah, I'm suggesting that. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, we've got like 2 crowbars and a fire axe. Can we just try prying that locker open?
He looks a little uncertain about that, and you see his daughter looks a little bit more like yeah, that seems like a good idea, and she looks at her dad, and she's like, you want what's inside, right? Like, who cares if you can't lock it back up? We can always get more locks or something.
It's not like you got like explosives in there that are gonna blow, right?
He doesn't say anything, but he's still like looking at Jenny, and you can tell like he softens up when his little girl's kind of talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. He's like, all right, give it a shot. If you can get it open, we have a deal.
Okay, which of you guys is our strongest teammate here?
And if you can't, it's the keys of the horde. Your choice.
I could probably do the most damage with my axe.
It would be a security roll, so
Yes.
I got 4
Oh,
dice
I'm
on
just
security.
swinging at it with the axe.
I'll let you could. I think theoretically, realistically, you could use either of them, either the axe or the crowbar. Make the most sense to me.
But
So
in
here's what
theory,
happened. So let's say that he brings you guys inside, and this place is very well secured. The windows are boarded up on both sides, inside and out, and you see that the door itself, it has several locks, many of which look new that he's probably installed. It's like at a hotel where you've got like the chain lock, a regular lock. There's even a padlock on here that you see. So he's got quite a few locks on the door. It looks like it's been reinforced. It's got one of those iron bar like fences on the inside. And then everything in here looks almost untouched. Like the shop is almost fully stocked. Obviously he shut things down when this happened, probably right at the beginning. So nobody was able to get in here and loot anything. And he obviously started barricading stuff up pretty quickly. Now, some of that might be, maybe some vestiges of PTSD from being in the war. or maybe he's paranoid or just being prepared. But clearly he's got what it takes to survive out here. He brings you upstairs. There's basically a door that goes into the back, and then there's a staircase that leads up to the apartment that him and his daughter live in up above the store. And again, that door is locked. The door at the top of the stairs into the apartment is also locked. And he's got like a small barricade at the top of the stairs. You even see, as you guys are going up the stairs, you see he reaches down and he unhooks something, and you see that he unhooks a tripwire, and you realize it's strapped up to a landmine that's like hidden at the bottom of the stairs.
Guess who's not getting blown up this session?
I mean, if anyone's gonna trigger it, it should be you, because your legs are already fucked up, right?
Oh, so I won't feel it? They're trying to imply it's not gonna hurt me? I'm immune to it.
It'll be fine.
Chill.
So he's like, watch your step, and he takes you guys upstairs, brings you into the apartment, and he brings you to a side room. You can see there's the living room where he's got his like sniper's nest set up, and it's dark. There's like no lights on in there, and you can see he's got a chair and a little spot to rest the gun up on, or he could be laying on the ground. You see some pillows and blankets, so he could just be prone if he needs to be. And you just see like a whole like fucking crate of ammunition, like one of those big wooden crates you need a crowbar to open with, and inside, like perfectly organized, fits the box, the crate entirely perfectly, is just case after case of ammunition. And you see several guns hanging on the wall, handguns, combat knives, shotgun, M16. And you can tell he takes care of it all. That's nicely lined up and organized. The rest of the place, is not as well kept, but he definitely takes care of his stuff there. He brings you to a side room, maybe like a spare bedroom or something, and you see that there is a locker, and not only is it locked, but you see there are 3 chains around it with these heavy-ass padlocks. And he just kind of holds his arm out. He's like, have at it.
So who's got the best security role?
I think we talked about this at the beginning with the lockpicks, which also we have lockpicks.
Oh.
The lockpicks will give you a +2 bonus if you try to pick the locks. The crowbar will give you +2 if you try to break it. The axe will give you +1 if you try to break it.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, lockpick seems like the way to go here with security. So, and we all have 4, so.
And then
Well, if I use the
can we
axe
stack that with an assist?
Hold up. If you use the axe or the crowbar, it's going to be I would say you could do either security or fight. Yeah, probably
I'm not
fight,
good
'cause
either,
it's like a strength type thing.
Yeah. Well, Yuka's good at fighting though, right?
And it'll take 3 successes, basically 1 for each.
I could do, if I get +1 for having the axe, or is that included? The +1 the axe gives me anyways.
It's you'd make a fight roll and add a bonus die because of the axe. You don't roll the dice for counting it as a weapon. You're using it as a tool in this case.
All right, yeah. So it's I'm on 9 dice.
9, bro. This is you.
Yuka.
A couple of us can hold the chains real taut. If they're not, make it nice and brittle. But
oh no, you can tell this thing is locked down like Fort Knox. Whatever's in here, he clearly doesn't want anybody to get to.
Jesus. All right, well, yeah. Good luck, man.
Yeah, you definitely can see the vestiges of a paranoid veteran in this particular room. Yeah, if you want to give it a shot, you could go for it.
All right. Shit. I'm honestly debating whether I swing these 9 dice at the locker or at Jimmy's face.
Oh.
Okay.
That's pretty cold, but I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Well, we gotta fight, Queen Molotov over there, so I'm not sure I like those odds.
Clearly,
okay.
Shane Walsh is leading the group, not Rick Grimes. Okay.
Yeah.
The right choices are the ones that keep us alive.
Yeah, I mean, we could have a handout, right? That might last us a week, or we could just take it all.
Oh my god. Is there a
So
lineman
I'm
in this
swinging.
game?
I'm,
Oh,
I'm,
shit.
s- I'm swinging on Jimmy.
Okay, I will give you an extra bonus because he's surprised. He's unaware, right? And, yeah.
I'm surprised. Fuck.
Yeah.
And look, if I don't know how long we've been together, but if we have any kind of shorthand code, a wink,
No, you
flick of my
definitely
hair,
don't have that
anything-
sort of short-term code put together. No.
Okay, so
absolutely
there's
not.
no way.
A
You're
wink is,
all
I'm
you're all
going
you're all
kill
gonna be
this old
surprised. I
man.
guess. I'm sorry.
Can any of us make reactions to this by chance?
Once
My
it happens,
God.
baby.
All right,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
there's no way of knowing that Yuka's gonna do this until she does.
you know,
All our hard work gone.
I'm
All
just
right,
gonna
are
say,
you attacking him, Will?
I'm swinging, and I'm just gonna. I'm like winding up, like I'm gonna hit the locker. I'm just so glad we could return the favor,
Oh my
and then I'm gonna
god.
fucking swing at him.
You didn't even get shot.
Okay, so this is an actual close combat attack, so Jesus Christ.
Oh, bro.
All right.
That's 3 successes natively, and I still have 3 stress. I can make that 6 successes.
Is there
well,
even a defense roll? No.
You don't. Well, he would get a defense roll normally, but I said he's unaware, so I'm not going to give him a chance to do that. But you don't know how much health he has, so 3 might not necessarily do it. Health can be higher than 3, so.
All
Up to you
right.
if you want to swing
I'll drop 3. You've taken 6 damage.
Yuka's an executioner.
Well, Yuka, you get 6 adrenaline, and you guys see she says that. Glad we could return the favor, and the swing turns away from the chains and buries right in between his eyes. There's a look of shock. He basically stops moving, drops to his knees, and then collapses in a heap with the axe still jammed in his face. Jenny lets out a scream that is ear-piercing, and I will need everyone else who's not Yuka. I'll give you guys a chance to react before she does. Please give me I need some sort of speed roll here.
This music is perfect.
It really is. It's so creepy.
Maybe a cool?
Cool or evaluate? Like evaluate the situation?
I think evaluate's more like, well, I don't know if it's just for gear and stuff. I would say cool or stunt.
Oh, easy. I'm going stunt.
Yeah, cool to like not be taken by surprise, and stunt to just reflexes, I think.
1 success.
I got 1 success. as
One
well.
success.
Okay.
Do we know if 1 is enough?
You do not. This is a rare instance. I'm going to call this a contested roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last stress and make it 2.
I'm gonna spend 2 stress and make it 3.
Oh,
Okay.
you're so cool.
I'm going to pick a random other character here and look at their stats. How many females do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, I'll roll a d4 and then pick one of them. Okay.
1 away from hitting orange.
All right.
Same. I'm at 18. I'm so upset. Oh, 1 more.
Then I get the dreadnought feat.
Bro, all my skills.
Dreadnought?
Yeah.
I'm pinned, brother.
Bring retribution.
Okay. You both react faster than Jenny. She's in such shock. She doesn't get a single success on her roll. She didn't roll trouble though, so that's good. because otherwise she probably would have accidentally dropped a Molotov in shock and blown you all up. You see, she just is just frozen in place. Her hands slack at her side. She does have a Molotov in her hand, but she's just looking at her dead father and lets out this horrible high-pitched scream. What do anyone who had at least one success can act?
Yeah. So Erin turns to her and she's like, "I'm so sorry, honey," and then she hits her in the face with a baseball bat.
Oh,
Dude!
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Everyone just needs a little push.
Oh,
Oh,
rolls trouble.
rolls trouble and no successes.
Ooh.
Is there a benefit to me pushing a success? Like, do I do damage if that's the case?
You still succeed if you hit. So you can succeed and still have trouble in this game. So you
Okay.
could push the 5 if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then that will activate my dreadnought mode.
Okay.
Nice. What does Dreadnought do?
Yeah, we need to know. That sounds pretty amazing.
Sounds so cool.
I did look it up at the beginning. It's half the reason I picked her. So give me a second.
He just
Once
wants
per
to get
zombie
this-
phase, you may ignore 1 point of damage inflicted by zombies.
Okay. Pretty
Yeah.
solid.
That's baller as fuck. Okay. Well,
It's a good thing Jimmy's probably not coming back as a zombie. His
Yeah.
brain's in 2 pieces.
okay, Aaron, you swing to try to hit her in the face. You do, but she does react at the last second. So you kind of strike her in the side of the head. As you do, though, she stumbles back. It doesn't knock her out. It's only, like 1 hit, 1 damage, whatever.
Yeah.
She stumbles back, and the Molotov drops out of her hand. I will need all 4 of you to make a stunt test. And for those of you who have already acted, so Aaron and Yuka, you guys will be at -1 die here.
How about for characters who don't have functioning legs?
Well, I think we said you're strapped to Yuka's back.
Jimmy is strapped to me.
Oh,
so
yes, so.
you don't even
Glenn.
get a roll. Unless, well, I guess, Glenn, you can make one as well. You'll be at -1, though. We'll assume you can try to cut yourself free and basically throw yourself.
Well, could you just assist me so I get +1 and then I don't know, you kick off the wall or push off the wall or
He
something?
can't kick. His legs don't work.
Yeah, push off the wall.
It's a pelvic thrust off the wall, guys. He's thrusting off the wall.
No, he cannot assist you. So I think this is because, only one of you really sees what's happening. So I'm going to assume Yuka, she's buried the axe in Jimmy's face. And as she turns Glenn, you get a full view of what Aaron is doing, hitting this little girl in the head with the baseball bat. And you're just in shock as you see the Molotov fly out of her hand.
Oh.
We're in trouble.
And I can make I'm making a what roll here? I'm sorry.
You can make a stunt roll, but it'll be -1 because you're basically trying to cut yourself free in time to try to throw yourself across the room.
1d6.
Yeah, same. That's what I rolled. I got a 2.
Oh my
I
god.
rolled 6 dice and I rolled 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 4.
And Yuka has no successes and trouble. Is anyone gonna spend any stress?
I'm out of stress.
Oh no.
I don't have anything that I can roll stress or spend stress on because I only rolled. a
That's
2.
true. Yuka and
It's fine.
Glenn?
There's so many meds in this building. We'll be all right.
Yuka and Glenn.
Whatever happens here, we deserve it. So no, that's
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Well, the Molotov lands and it shatters, bursting the whole apartment. Well, it's not the whole apartment, but the whole general area into a fireball. Instantly,
He had it lit?
I guess so. You rolled trouble.
He was walking around with a lit Molotov in her hand?
Maybe she was getting ready to light it after she killed her dad. But the Molotov is lit. It goes off, and the fire engulfs the whole room. All of you, Jenny, and the corpse of her dead father. Everybody takes 3 points of damage.
Cool.
So I'm unconscious.
Yeah, I
That's
was
all
at
of us.
1, so
We're all
I'm
down.
dead. Yeah.
Yuka and Glenn, are you guys dead?
Yuka has 1 hit point.
Oh, you have 4, you cheater.
God, Yuka's such a boss.
I have 3 HP, so I'm down.
Jenny does not have more than 3 HP. Go figure. After she had the face-to-face moment.
Glenn, you're
So,
not down, buddy. I'm still carrying you.
Wow.
well, Glenn cut
You're a big
himself
crispy.
loose. He tried to throw himself off so he could
Oh,
not
no.
be blasted. So, Yuka, the whole room bursts into flames. Everybody is screaming, writhing on the ground, and quickly going unconscious and dying. You are on fire. You have one chance to put this fire out off yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be on fire next turn and take more damage. And there are actually rules for fire here, so let's see how they actually work, because I don't know off the top of my head. Screen by chance? Wait, it's not. Okay, that's fine. I believe these are hazards. Yep. Okay. Other sources of damage. Fire. Depending on the intensity, limited, medium, or high, a Molotov is considered high damage, so it does 3 damage. You must make an endure roll, and you reduce the amount of HP lost per success. So you need at least 3 successes on an endure roll to put the fire out completely.
You can do this, my man.
And then, like, each one you fail by, you,
Take a point of damage.
Oh. And is that the end of my turn?
I would say just do it right now. Does it say? Let me see. It just says for each round of exposure. I mean, if there's something you want to do before you try to put the fire out, that's fine. I mean, either way, you're exposed to the fire this turn. So
Set off the working sprinklers.
whether you put it out and then do something, or do something and then put it out,
All right. Could I try and hearten my unconscious comrades to stand up with a rallying cry? No, it's just adrenaline. Fuck.
I don't think so, man. I guess technically the 3 of you should all roll a d6 that went down, because you are technically injured. If any of you roll a 1, you are dead.
Oh, I was so close to a 6.
6.
Glenn!
Okay. You are left alive but unconscious and left with a nice score, and then the 2 through 5 is you're unconscious with a scar and the negative to your attribute as well for however many weeks you rolled. But nobody rolled a 1, so you don't die instantly. You die slowly and painfully as you pass out in the flames.
Yeah.
Oh, how does the first aid kit work?
We don't have.
What first aid kit?
I have
Oh, no.
pain pills. But
Pain
like,
pills. First aid kit that I gave up to get my thieves tools.
Yeah, you
aren't
gave
you-
up the first aid kit.
I guess
We
I'll
didn't-
run.
Aren't you on fire right now?
yeah,
Yes.
Well,
we're
yeah.
all on fire.
Yeah, Yuka's on fire. Will is not on fire. Will is sitting in a chair. But I'll just run outside. But we didn't pass any, like, water jugs or anything on the way in, did we?
Oh, there's probably like bottled water or something downstairs in the shop, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get down there. There was no, like, actual, like, big things of water.
I mean, this guy's a bit of a prepper. I think he might have like the jugs you put like on the water dispenser in an office. You know, those big circular ones.
Yeah, I was just gonna try and find one of those and douse myself.
All right. It's gonna take time to get downstairs and do that. So I think either way you're gonna have to take the endure test to see if you pass the endure test, then we'll assume you get down there and you can
Oh
get
no,
the
there's
water
no way I
purified.
pass the endure test because it's 3 dice and I need 3 6s to not
Bro, easy.
die.
Just roll 3 4 pluses and
Yeah,
then burn stress.
Like it's like what?
I have
one out
no
of
stress. I brought the stress to brain Jimmy.
No,
oh
like
well,
that's-
then roll 3 6s.
Yeah, that's all
that's
you
all.
gotta do. Easy.
Oh, I guess can I just stop, drop, and roll? Is there any way to put out fire?
That's
That's
what the
3
endure
6s,
test
yeah.
is to do. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right.
Hey, you brought this upon yourself when you murdered this man in cold
Yeah,
blood.
we had a very clear path of success here.
Look, there's 3 other people that all had a chance to dome the kid.
Bro, you just
What do you
needed...
mean, don't the
I
kid?
tried my best.
Hold on,
This is
hold on,
supposed to be
my best.
Joel
Hold on,
Ellie
wait,
here.
wait. You
Oh
needed
my
three.
God.
You needed 3 6s to open the fucking door or the locker, and you got them, but you chose the guy instead. That's on you, dog.
You monster.
Well,
Oh, that 5 was
Neutral.
almost a 6.
pretty close.
But
Yeah.
so I guess I'm gonna take the damage either way. So I'm just gonna run down, and if there is a jug, I'm gonna sit under it as I pass out and pierce it so that maybe I don't die.
Well, you do hit 0 HP, so you do need to roll to see if you die outright from that, and then, you know.
So this is a party wipe. I don't think we're avoiding that.
Oh, there's the one!
I feel like it might be karma.
Fucking deserve it.
So Yuka goes running down the stairs, and she basically does like a frontwards baseball slide towards the water jug. You know, she's got her axe out, and she tries to hit the jug of water, but the axe goes wide, and she just slides into a crumpled, burning heap at the bottom of the stairs. And eventually, the whole building catches ablaze, destroying not only what's left of your bodies, but all the supplies and all the ammunition that Jimmy had stocked in this place.
Oh man.
You know, for
The la-
Jimmy really should have had better anti-fire measures in place.
The last thing we see is the locker heating up, and we see as the camera goes through that little slit at the top, and we can see inside. And what was inside? All of Jimmy's alcohol stash.
Yeah, bro. We
All
died
of
for
this
alcohol.
over booze, which catches fire and adds to the explosive display as the camera fades away to zombies crawling over the barricade towards all the noise and explosions and dying, screaming people. And we have ourselves a legitimate party wipe.
Is that the first party wipe for
The end.
Yuki.
Arrow?
The fuck?
Yuka. Let's
You
get it
try.
right.
Whatever.
Your name is Yuka, you dick.
Yeah.
I've been carrying you for a half hour. I didn't know my
Names.
name.
Incredible. Matt sent me a screenshot of the talking, the chat you were telling to him about killing
Yeah, I
him.
DM'd Matt and I was like, I'm about to execute this guy. You
Bro.
dumped the daughter, and Matt's like, no.
Way to go, man. I know you tried when you literally
Yeah,
trying
which
to.
chat did you put that in, Matt? I can't find it now.
That was your personal
Personal
DMs.
chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I figured I could be whispering to the guy whose head was touching mine, you know?
Yeah, that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense, yeah.
To be clear, Will, I was prepared to put that gun next to your temple and pull the trigger. All right, if that Molotov didn't go off, that was my next move.
So
it's like-
for the listeners, here's the clippet of conversation. Matt screenshotted to me. Will, I could probably execute him with one swing of the axe. You cool with doming the daughter? Matt, in all caps. What? Will, well, we'll get all the loot then. Matt, I don't think Glenn is going to murder a little girl in cold blood, but that's dark. Will, it'll be in self-defense. She's going to try to whip that Molly at us. Matt,
So
yes, because you're going to kill her father.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
as soon as you did it, I was like, oh shit, that girl's gonna fucking throw a Molotov at us and just kill everyone. And so then I'm like, well,
What?
I
Hang
can
on.
try and kill her.
Like, you knocked her out. Molly's by default aren't just in people's hands on fire.
He did not knock her out. He only did 1 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could have just thrown the Molotov anyway. But like,
Like,
Oh,
he
well.
described it in an interesting way.
Hey, that's what happens when you murder people in cold blood and you roll trouble, you know?
He shot our friend in cold blood.
I believe at the beginning of the session, the exact words that were used were Hey, well, what's the downside if I run out of stress? Well, nothing except you might not have it in a life or death situation.
Really makes him.
How much health did Jimmy have?
He had 5.
What a champ.
And each success of the axe does 2 damage, right? But you need 2 successes to get the 2 damage?
They don't really explain how that works against the survivor.
Because if it was 1 success per 2 damage, I wouldn't have to use any stress, because it would have been 6 damage flat out from the roll.
Hey, this is the way the story ends. You're all dead.
We wouldn't know like how much health he has, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And also, Jimmy shot me with a rifle for 3 damage. So, how many successes did he get on that?
It says for him, it just says it's an attack that does 3 damage, and you roll whatever it was cool to basically like evade, and if you pass, then you don't get hit.
Why did you roll to evade? Ew.
Whatever the roll was.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Why did he shoot you in the first place?
Because he's
shooting anything that comes in.
Yeah,
he's a homicidal maniac.
He's a PTSD Afghanistan war vet, man.
Oh, he's not gonna take like 6 seconds to see if it's a zombie or a fucking dude. Like, I put my hands up hoping like he would wait, but it was a gamble and it didn't work. So that's the game.
It also specifically says he will shoot anything that comes through that alley unless you're able to convince him otherwise before you show yourself.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you had spoken to him earlier, Matt, then he probably wouldn't have shot, but because Amado went through, he didn't know where it was coming from. He just assumes that he starts shouting like "fucking get out!"
And I didn't want to shout and like attract zombies. So
look, see, Matt, you were playing Rick Grimes, Alexandria, season 5. I was playing Rick Grimes, end of season 7 and 8. You know, just fucking.
You were playing Shane season 2.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
Okay. Yeah, like all right.
I gotta protect my people.
Oh, now we have to play Walking Dead, man. That would have fucking awesome. I'm not even mad, Will. That was as fucked up as it was. That was a great ending. Like, oh man.
Well, it was.
Awesome.
I wasn't even thinking about it until you said he leads you up to the locker and he's standing there next to you. And I was like, oh fuck! I already lost swinging at him. If you had said he points in the direction of the locker, just yes, please open that locker over there. I would be like, all right, fine, I'll go open the locker.
He just wanted his booze, man. You know.
I mean, you could have tried the locker, and if that failed, then killed him.
Now you lose the element of surprise.
Well, it was great, Matt, Will, having you guys back on the main show. Will, as always, a fucking pleasure. And always count on you to liven up the scene. So, and in a good way. So I appreciate it. And I know it's what time is it now? 3 a.m.
Just one final thing. Like, as I die, I was dragging Glenn with me. I turn and I embrace Glenn and hold him, and I'm like, "Shit's okay, bud."
You had no idea I was prepared to dome you in the head after that. But hey, you don't have had the opportunity.
I do the thing where you just slowly close his eyes with your 2 fingers, and I give him like a kiss out.
Oh yeah, the two finger close. Yep. All right, listeners. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this insanity. I'm sure we'll be back to Zombicide sometime in the future. And next week we should be starting up Alien by the time you listen to this. So join us. We'll have I think we'll have a full 5-man cast for Heart of Darkness. And then we'll be diving into the Colonial Marine campaign after that. We may have a little bit of a roster shift depending who wants to stick around or not. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you same time, same place